Welcome everybody to the Perp Show, Channel of the Year, Chillmonger, for the reason we won that award, because it's 33 burning Star Wars questions. Joining me today is Neighbor to the North Comics and the Basco scenario. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. That's why you
how I
called.
got it. That's right. Tribe Called Quest. Yeah, that's how I got it.
The first question here in the game show where there's a twist actually, I should add.
Okay.
First 10 questions, we're keeping
Mhm.
it original trilogy era, okay?
All right.
Second
All
10
right.
questions, we're going to the prequels.
All
And
right.
then, the third,
The
I
ones
hope
we
you
want
guys
to
stay.
completely forget.
Nope, we're mentioning it today. What's up, Trinity?
Oh
Good to
man.
see you here. Question number one, guys. Remember those Ewoks from that third movie? Can a Jawa and an Ewok mate? We learned that Jawas are furry, according to Pelimoto in the Book of Boba
Mm-hmm.
Fett, right? They
All
can.
right.
Probably the same species underneath that hood, or something like it. A horse and a mule can make a love and have a what's it called? Sorry, a horse and a donkey can do it. So can
Yeah,
Jawas and Ewoks mates?
absolutely.
Mhm.
I think they're basically the same, like you said, the same creature. They just evolved differently, and they kind of they wear the clothing, right, because it's a hot desert planet, and you see
Mhm.
in desert areas in this world, right, like where they've got everything covered and everything.
Mhm.
It's to protect against sunlight. So I mean, like the Ewoks will get sunburned. Like,
An Ewok
right?
with sunburn.
Oh.
I mean, they
Gaiskar?
live in the trees, and so yeah, 100%.
Hey, I say it's like a different type of breed of dogs and stuff, so anything's possible. But didn't they say Maz? The rumor was that Maz was Jawa, possibly.
Maz, the yellow thing that Lupita Nyong'o voices
No, Maz from Force Awakens. Where Han goes to sees Maz
in the
at the at
cantina.
that cantina where she owns that whole palace thing.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, there was like a rumor back when they were showing because they were saying that she was in every single movie, supposedly.
That's like some tag and bink type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So I don't know. So yeah, I have to agree. I guess you can
You can mate.
crossbreed.
Question
What
number
would that
two.
what would that be called? The offspring of a Jawa and Ewok,
An
Combine the
Ewok,
names.
an
an,
Ewok,
an Ewa or a Gwok.
G-Walk.
a very confused alien creature.
We say
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
Second question. What was Carrie Fisher's reaction to learning about Leia's family? Hold on, wait. I'm the brother. Wait a minute. I think that saw it and she likes the character, right? But she also used to have like a drug issue, didn't she? We know about that, right? We
Mhm.
know we
Yeah.
know about what she used to do. You guys watched the Star Wars Christmas special. She was high as a kite.
Mhm.
I don't think she cared that much. I don't know what's going on. SSJ K. Dot Sanctum. What does that say over there? It says
What do
the
you
I
say?
forgot to change
MCU
it. I forgot to change it.
is a big sin to cinema. That's too bad. You were about to be on the stream. You were welcome with open arms, and then something
I
happens.
was saying, damn, that's a bold entrance.
He
There you go.
changed it. I can't be on stream with you. I can't.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
stopping my camera. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm not joining the stream until that picture changes.
How you doing,
I'm on
K-Dots?
strike.
Beautiful.
All right, better.
Oh my gosh.
The first question was
does
if
push it with cinema. What does push that?
listen, can a Jawa and an Ewok mate?
Can a dog and a human mate? I don't think so.
Is the difference
different
between a
species.
Jawa? But dogs can mate with other dogs. You can get a husky, you can get a Chihuahua. Something happens.
But Jawas and Ewoks, like, they're both short, but they're like obviously two different species. I don't think they're part of like the same like breed, like the same family.
What are the
So
differences, though? What makes you say that? They'll have light up eyes, right? But that doesn't mean that they're not Ewoks underneath
It's
there.
all right. It's like this. It's like this because seals, they're part of the dog family, technically. I mean, they're all like in close relation. But a seal can't mate with a dog and have a baby.
Well,
Have
they
you
can
ever
try.
seen-
Anybody tried?
Yeah, right. See how,
I mean,
look at this man. He opened
In
up
the
your
name of
mind.
science.
In the name of science, let's figure this one out.
I don't know. I don't think they can mate and have children. They can have sex, but I don't think they can have like children.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
This is-
all
this
three
is
of us
crazy.
said yes, so we still outnumber you.
I should have started drinking before this show.
What was Carrie Fisher's reaction when she learned about her lineage and how she's actually related to that dude that she kept kissing in both movies?
She probably was like, "Oh shit, that's my brother." I liked it. What? I don't know, man.
Yeah,
She must have
question
been
2.5. Did she like it?
Oh,
I mean, we've all seen those short films on the internet, right?
No, we haven't. No.
Well, I
don't know what
mean,
you're talking about.
she probably thought, hey, there's a big market for that type of stuff, and let me make some money out of it.
Very forward thinking.
Probably would have been canceled today.
Okay, question number 3. Is Sidious the greatest movie villain ever? Yes, he is.
He's not the greatest, but he's top. He's up there.
Wait, who do you...
He's up there. He's like top 10.
You got the dude from
Greatest.
Tarzan over him? Like, who's better of a villain than him for
Well, I mean, he's up
orchestrating?
there with Heath Ledger's Joker.
He manipulated someone into like mass genocide. Like,
Yep.
he's pretty. He's up there.
I'm gonna say he's the greatest, but he's up there.
Mm.
I'm going to go ahead and give it to
He's
him.
like
I do
top
believe-
3. He's like top 3 at least.
Top 3.
Yeah.
Fine, top 3. Oh, even Trinity is saying no over here. Beskar, is Sidious the
I would,
greatest movie?
I would have to say, is it Sidious or is it Darth Plagueis? In the
Plagueis is his master.
He killed him in his sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to say top 3. I can't give him the whole thing.
So who do you like? Is it Killmonger? Is it Scar? Like, who do you like better?
As all-time villain, I would have to say Darth Vader, man.
Oh,
Darth Vader, you have to.
Can't
You have
He's
to
just
puppet
a
strings
he's just a
on Darth
He was a
misguided
puppet
child.
strip. Yeah, he was misguided, but he defeated the Emperor, right? If you defeat the Emperor, then you're the number one. If you defeated whoever, he orchestrated whatever you want to say, he orchestrated, but he defeated him because he got cocky.
It was kind of he did defeat him very easily, but it was the 70s and stuff, so they wasn't really thinking like.
Oh, but now we're going back to the time it was filmed.
I mean,
Okay.
we know Sidious shouldn't have gotten that easily.
He shouldn't have. Yeah, because they didn't.
It should have been a lot harder.
Cinematography that they had
like I
then.
say,
But Sidious knew though. But he knew about like that if Vader didn't do that, then he wouldn't like achieve his true evil. So he's just a mastermind and all.
Yes. If we stick to Star Wars, if we stick to only Star Wars, I guess he's up there. But I still think Vader throughout everybody. When you say villain,
is Sidious
Vader's the first person they come to mind. They don't go Palpatine.
Is
Or Darth
Sidious even on
Sidious.
par with the Passenger 57 villain? Can he handle what that man handled? He got hit in the nuts 3 times and survived it. What other villain can survive that? He's not even on Passenger 57 villain's level.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Green Goblin is not someone I think of as more sinister. Gaslighting Peter about his morals, and that's messed up. He's not.
If I go off of Spider-Man 1 Green Goblin, he's up there. Even
What about Hans Gruber
Green Goblin's up
from
there.
Die Hard? I mean, he ruined a perfectly good Christmas party. That's pretty
in a brand new building too.
That's right.
Yeah. What was it, the Nakatomi Plaza?
Palpatine is the best of all time. Oh, we keeping it only Star Wars? I am considering other movies for this
Palpatine
question.
was the best of all time. He let himself get defeated the same exact way again. Remember how Mace almost defeated him? And he let Rey destroy him just like that with 2 lightsabers. He's just standing there still shooting it. I'm like, stop shooting the lightning, you idiot. Stop.
Oh my god.
He's like, yeah.
But see, if we keep it,
killing yourself.
if we go beyond the movies, right, to the EU, right?
Mhm.
Then I would have to say it's Darth Malgus.
What does Darth Malgus do?
That he's in the Old Republic. Freaking guy came back from the dead
Oh, the
and
guy with
kicked ass.
the bald
Yeah.
head dude.
The bald head dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you check the cinematic movies for the Old Republic, the online game, it's crazy.
Beast.
It's crazy. Yeah.
We don't count that, K-Dot. Sequel trilogies don't count. Extended universe count more than the sequel trilogies.
I have to agree with that 100%. 100%.
John McClane did a lot of damage to the building in the name of stopping the bad guy, of course, but still.
All for being with his wife and his kids.
Rey Skywalker is the greatest villain in Sheep Bay. Who's Rey Skywalker? Or Rey
Rey
Palpatine?
Skywalker and her corkscrew lightsaber.
The fourth question of 33 Burning Star Wars question. Is Rebel Scum a good insult? You call me Rebel Scum and I'm actually on the rebellion? Okay, I'm proud of that one. You can think of anything better? Make me feel bad with the name you're going to use.
That's not really offensive if you're a rebel. I mean, not really a good comeback. I mean, you should make a better one if you're gonna shit on the rebels. Maybe call them like, I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of it. Rebel Scum is like a trash comeback if you're gonna talk down towards a rebel. They'll be like, yeah, call me Rebel Scum. I don't care. I'm a rebel.
Yeah, I would be proud because that's what they got underneath their skin, right? They're actually doing things. They're that sore splinter in their side, where the thorn in their side, where they're getting their way. So the fact that they're calling you that is because you're doing the right thing.
Yep.
Reefer?
It's like calling me a cracker. You cracker.
Crackers are great. The soup.
Neighbor?
Oh, sorry, I was distracted by the comments in the chat there.
What are we reading? To make friends with someone.
Calling people a cracker. That's yeah.
Oh,
I was never called a cracker.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, like it's not a good insult. No. I got nothing else to say.
Question number 6 of 33 Star Wars questions. What is your first thought when you hear Wedge Antilles? Listen, I hear Wedge Antilles. I think about, there's that side character who got really, really a lot of attention because he was an X-Wing flying person. And that's all. Like is
that the chubby dude from New Hope?
No, he was in.
That's Perkins. That's Perkins you're thinking of.
He's the friend of Luke in Tatooine. I mean, we don't see him during the Tatooine.
The guy
No, that's not. It wasn't his friend on Tatooine. No,
that's not his friend on Tatooine. Well, who's his friend on Tatooine?
Tatooine was somebody else. I can't remember his name, but it wasn't. Wedge was from the academy that he met.
Okay, I felt wrong when I was even saying that. Wedge Antilles, but he is an X-wing flyer. He's on Red 2 or Red 3, whatever he is.
He actually takes the place of Red 1 at one point. Yeah.
Maybe you should do a better explanation of who Wedge Antilles is.
Man, I'm really rusty with it. I used to know a lot of it in the past, but since I haven't gone back to the books and stuff like that, a lot of it I've forgotten.
There's a 6-minute Wedge Antilles video of scenes only with him. And it's you would just Star Wars is a whole different thing when you just kind of focus on one character and see what he says, and then you see him in the group shot when they're breaking down the plan. This is how we're gonna take out the Death Star, and you see him there, and he's giving a guy an elbow rub, and you're like, oh look, there's actually a character in here throughout the 3 movies, and you can see him build.
Correct, and also his father was the pilot for Princess Amidala.
Oh yes, it wasn't he? Yeah, I heard Antilles mentioned during the first movie too, when they were talking about an election for who would make a good chancellor. Yeah, there was an Antilles mentioned. My first thought of Wedge Antilles though is just the guy who flew an X-wing. Sometimes people joke about him as a character in the background. That's all I think of him as.
But why? I mean, he survived so many battles, man. This guy's a hero.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the guy's name was. Luke's friend on Tatooine.
I think of potato wedges when I hear that name.
Potato wedges.
If you guys ever watch X-Wing,
are you talking about Luke's friend in the deleted scenes? from
Eh,
The New Hope?
exactly.
Yeah, I forget it. Oh man, what's his name? They had the whole scene at the outpost there.
Well,
Briggs. Briggs Darklighter. Briggs.
I mean, we're talking about the friend he talks to when
Mhm.
he's about to pilot the ship and go into battle, right?
Right.
Okay, him. Yeah.
Briggs Darklighter. That's what it is.
The name Wedge makes me think of my bully back in middle school. That does sound like a bully name. It's Wedge.
Briggs. There you go.
Briggs.
See. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
I meant Regina. What do you mean? You
Regina?
said Gretchen Wieners? What are you talking about here?
It's not a wiener.
He recently showed up in the excellent books Alphabet Squadron, so I'm just reminded of him being a badass and that having to leave his farm like Rambo.
Alphabet Squadron.
There's so much character over there for Wedge Antilles.
That's the
Biggs
name
was
of the book. I feel like aggressively is trolling.
No, he reads these books, Alphabet Squadron. He checks out all of it, High Republic, everything.
Yeah. I didn't touch the High Republic. I didn't go there.
Yeah, Second Street sounds like a trap.
Was Willrow Hood transporting Beskar? We know about Willrow Hood by now, right? We all watched the Disney Gallery where Jon Favreau explained how the Beskar little container that German dude had, that was an ice cream maker from the Empire Strikes Back, where there was a guy named Willrow Hood who was kind of running with it. Oh, we gotta go. The Empire is here. That little ice cream thing had Beskar armor in it. That's what was so important for Willrow Hood to take away. I'm saying definitely most 100% Willrow Hood was transporting Beskar.
I remember a Willrow Hood. I haven't watched Empire in a while.
Oh, what was Beskar called before they called it Beskar?
Mandalorian armor?
Oh, I forgot. Durasteel. I think it was Durasteel or something like that. Curious. Because they had a different name for it.
Regina George was the greatest villain. Well, she had her little psychological mind games like, oh, you're really pretty. Oh, so you agree you're really pretty. That was something, right? She didn't mind about asking if you're from Africa or not. That's so racism is a trait of a bad villain too.
That is not how you say my name.
Gotta go. Get friend from hospital. He being released. Talk to you later. Be well. Thank you very much, Wayne, for joining. And yeah, keep being a good friend.
Be safe.
Aglax would never troll. Yeah, right. Never would troll. Joining the chat is Second Street. Or rather, I was trying to read your name, but I didn't see it. There it is. Hawks Holocrons.
So, man, you guys say the High Republic 3 times, and I just appear.
Do you read everything?
Bro, High Republic, like, I don't understand why people are sleeping on it. I really don't.
You like it?
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff. I mean, the first book has 14, 15 different Jedi. I mean, there's too many characters to hate it all. It's just, in my opinion.
Are you talking about the comics or the novel?
Dude, comics, book, the era, like it's getting a lot of bad publicity on YouTube, but the people that I know in my little circle or whatever that have at least gotten through the first book and attempted to dive into comics love some of that stuff. So
I liked Adventures.
I don't know.
Adventures is good. I didn't really get much into the Marvel High Republic. I've only read issues 1 and 2.
The comics are cool because they don't touch on any of the stuff like the Great Disaster in the book. The first book's tough. Like the whole first third of it is leading up to like this big thing that we. So, I get it though.
I think that the High Republic stuff never stood a chance. There's going to be a question at the end where I'm asking if it like what needs to happen for it to be successful. I'll just not address that question, but I'll still say this: that the YouTube people and everyone who was covering it came announced right after that kind of sequel era, which kind of left people with a bad taste in their mouth with what Disney could do. Even though they kind of mapped out what the High Republic is, people who were upset needed more reasons to be upset, and they kind of dismissed it. I think as long as you don't contradict anything that happens in a prequel movie, in a sequel movie, in an original trilogy movie, the High Republic can be great. Just don't make Yoda do.
I think it'd be really good because it's not. You don't even have to reference much from any of the any of the sequel stuff, right? Like it's completely different era, so you can start fresh and you can get that that sort of bad taste out of people's mouths. And
the only thing they got really is Yoda. Everything else is brand new territory, man. So it's like you're either on board because you're
and who hates Yoda?
okay with what they did in the sequels and it doesn't really turn you off that much, or you're completely on the other side of it and you're like, bro, forget anything new they're doing until they fix what they've done. That's kind of what I think about it. But
so long as they don't make Yoda get married, so long as they don't make Yoda start swearing or speak forwards or make him act un-Yoda like.
I haven't read the newest book, but I know that it does do Yoda flashbacks. Midnight Rising. Daniel Jose Older. But I didn't mean to interrupt the whole flow here. We can go back to questions.
Question number 5. Who is more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? I've asked this question to Kate out before. We've touched on this one. What do you all think about it, Scotty?
The fool who follows him.
It's a tough one because there's a lot of foolishness going around.
I'll say the fool who follows. The fool who follows.
The fool who follows. You see, guys, there's a lot of things that's happening here. If you trust someone who's a fool, I don't know if you can blame yourself, because what you're doing is giving like a human freaking respect to someone, and not assuming that they're a fool from the beginning. You assume there's a capable guy, so you're just following this guy. Does that make you foolish? At what point does you following him, do you need to realize just how foolish he is? Because there is a point. If you're following the man for like 3 years, you don't know he's a fool yet. You're pretty much a fool. But if you're just following him for one moment, oh yeah, I know the direction.
Oh yeah, that's a different story. When you say it like that, yeah, when you you say like 3 years, 5 years, and you start following him, and they get exposed for the fool they are, then yeah, that's a different story.
Right.
I mean, but
what if you can't admit to yourself that this guy's a fool who I'm following?
But the reason I say the followers, right, is because they endorse the foolishness, and the foolishness gets even worse. Like, it's already bad enough one person is already a fool. When there's other fools chilling with this fool, then the foolishness just spreads and stuff. It's like it's literally like a zombie virus. It's like a zombie.
That's where I'm at. Yo, if you don't encourage the foolishness, or you don't follow it will cease to exist.
Yeah.
That's why Obi-Wan said we must be cautious. The fool who follows is the fool, in my opinion. But hey,
who follows?
It's like this. Let me ask you a question. Do you blame the person selling the drugs? Do you blame the people buying the drugs?
I would blame the person buying the drugs more than the guy selling it, but I don't like exalt.
They're both at fault for what they're doing.
I don't exempt him. Yeah. They're both at fault. But the thing is, the guy who's selling the drugs is because he's in a poor situation. If a guy has money, that's not the outlet he's going to go to make some more money. This guy who's selling the drugs is in a poor position to even begin. I recognize that he's got to do what he's got to do. Hopefully, he's not using this stash. But the person who is buying it is like actively doing harm onto themselves, doing harm onto just society in general, because drugs are illegal and you got to go that way to get them. There's a good reason why they're illegal. You shouldn't be doing them. So I put more of the blame in that case. But we're talking about who's more foolish. As the question says, who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? This was what Obi-Wan was saying to freaking Han Solo as they were kind of exiting remember they were hiding right when they arrived on the Death Star thing. They were hiding underneath the things, and he kind of said it to him.
You're a crazy old fool.
Mm.
And then that's when he said, who is more foolish, the fool or the one who follows the fool?
So in that situation, I feel like Obi-Wan was actually correct. Calling him a fool was stupid because it worked. That was the plan. We were going to evade the Empire, and we totally did. And, they succeed all the way to the end. Obi-Wan was even saying, use the Force. So Obi-Wan orchestrated this whole mission. He was not the foolish one. But if we're just looking at it generally with the question, then it gets sticky. Who didn't go yet?
I'm just gonna agree. It's the fool who follows. 100%.
Okay. And Kata, we did ask this question a few months ago. I might splice it up where I give you the answer that we gave last time and the answer that we gave this time. What is your first thought when you hear Wedge Did I ski?
You already did this one.
Oh, I must have skipped 5 for some reason. Anyways, was Willrow Hood transporting Beskar?
We did this one too.
You did this one as well? Huh?
I just didn't click 5. Would a cooked mon calamari be tasty? Hey, neighbor to the north, you're the guy with chefing
Oh,
experience.
Depends on his diet, man. That's like, is he like free range, grass fed mon calamari? Do they
Saltwater, freshwater?
Oh, these fish
like,
thingies.
Who knows, man? So you got to ask a lot of questions. But I would think, I personally I don't eat any cephalopods anymore just because of their intelligence level. I can't consume them anymore. But when I did, they're delicious. So I would assume that him being a giant squid man, he's probably pretty tasty.
Probably
Especially,
pretty
maybe like tempura with like a side of tzatziki sauce or something like that.
Yum, 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 yum. Delicioso.
You guys making me hungry, man.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? It's a trap. What's his name? Admiral
Akbar.
That man tastes great. That man's seasoned too. Look how long he's been alive for.
He eats well.
When he died in The Last Jedi and he went straight to Frozen, I mean, that's something that I would consider munching on. Mon calamari are absolute delights. They're treats. Scotty?
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely deep fried. Send it. I'm weird though with the calamari. Like I don't like the body, but I'll eat the tentacles. Like it's got to be crispy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just something about the texture. It's too rubbery.
If it's too rubbery, it's because it's not fresh.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
Noted.
Calamari you can cook quickly, and then it gets to a point where it goes like it's nice, and then it's overcooked, but then you could overcook it some more and it tastes better. So
Aglax says that High Republic seems to be informing why Yoda runs the Jedi the way he does. Read High Republic now, or my Wikipedia articles later to pretend like he did. Number 9. Does Obi-Wan chat with Ahsoka during this period of I'm in exile and I'm watching Luke and I'm spying? Are we going to see Ahsoka Tano and him talking to each other? Does he even know she survived it? Is there some sort of communication? Yeah, probably not. There can't be, because why didn't he mention her during the,
Original trilogy
and stuff? The original trilogy. Luke is supposed to be looking for training and stuff, and he's acting like with Yoda, even like in the 6th movie. No, there is another. Like they don't know anything about Ahsoka, so I don't want to see the chat happen. No.
what if she's watching Luke?
I'm watching you, watching him.
Totally.
Then that I love me some Ahsoka. That's my new Star Wars bae. But man, they should have killed her off during the Clone Wars stuff.
Never.
Really?
I'm so happy they kept her alive, especially knowing what happened with the sequel trilogy stuff and how we don't really have Jedi and the resurgence of lightsaber fighting people. I'm very glad we have this lightsaber dueling, qualified fighter in the Star Wars galaxy at the time period of.
Oh no, yeah, that's like that. I want that stuff, but Ahsoka specifically, her character and how she's implemented to the story.
Yeah,
because I don't even think she works being alive this long. Because Ahsoka would have definitely tried to help out during the original trilogy. Because Luke was the only Jedi, and Ahsoka's just like doing other stuff. It's like there's a fight going on. We need you. It's for those reasons. I don't think she works in that. I don't think she works in that time period. That's why I think they should have killed her off, in my honest opinion. Like back in Clone Wars.
Who wants this one? Basco, does Obi-Wan chat with Ahsoka?
I think Disney's going to try to do something with that in the next Kenobi series.
They kind of have to, unfortunately.
They don't have to, but they're going to want to, because just as much as they brought Mando to outstage the classic Boba Fett, they're going to try and do something. The track record sucks for Disney Star Wars, so they're gonna try and throw in characters in there again to build up attention, bring that generation into the Kenobi series. Do I think he needs to talk to her? I don't think so, because she could be doing other things in the galaxy prior to that, right?
I take issue with you saying the track record sucks with Disney Star Wars.
Mhm.
It would if the Mandalorian and all the Favreau Filoni stuff wasn't also happening. Well, when Kenobi comes out, and if all 6 episodes are a hitter, is that enough to sway the pendulum where we could say, all right, Disney Star Wars had bad, but it also
Are
had
we
enough
just saying
good?
that Disney Star Wars is bad because of Book of Boba Fett? Is that the only
No,
sour taste in people's mouths
well,
here? Like, that's it?
it's the last trilogy, right?
Well, I guess, yeah.
That
But
last
we
trilogy
don't want to
just.
talk about that.
But that's exactly the harm they
I
did.
love
They
how
just put
look.
this.
It just Neighbor to North didn't even consider the trilogy, the 3 movies that
No,
that
it's
ranked
forgotten,
in $4
man.
billion.
Because they're
Totally forgotten.
exactly.
It didn't even register. Actually, Rogue One counts too, right? That's Disney Star Wars, and people like that.
That's
that
But it's one of the
That's
greatest
top-
Star Wars movies.
that's top
Go.
2 Star Wars movie.
Rogue One.
It's in there. Maybe top 3. I think
That's
it's like
amazing.
third
You see, so how could
It's
you?
in
So
there.
you definitely can't say Disney Star Wars sucks because
that's
Rogue
the
One,
only exception. Rogue One for me.
It
Rogue One's
is
the only
out of the
exception.
movies. Yeah, it's the only exception.
There we go. But then
I mean,
Mandalorian
Solo wasn't
was
bad.
enjoyable,
Solo
wasn't
wasn't
it?
terrible.
I think Disney Star Wars has like we can't overvalue the trilogy, but not give credit to the good. Like Book of Boba Fett, I think was good. I think
I was into episode 7. Like, I mean, I came into it and I was like, and I left and I was like, okay, you know, it wasn't great, but I was looking forward to the setup for 8 and 9.
Uh-huh.
And then I was disappointed by 8 and 9.
Mhm.
So like 7 didn't really, you know, I was like, okay, this is all right. But
Wasn't
Killmonger.
7?
What
Didn't
if
Seven not have Boba
what if nobody was into the first season of The Mandalorian at all, and then Boba Fett comes in that scene and completely overshadows the entire show?
Uh-huh.
Does that take away and diminish from the Mandalorian's story arc? So, and if you follow me with this, Din being introduced in like episode 5, 6 of season 2 is the exact same episode Boba Fett was introduced in season 2. So it's planned, and I believe the 2 timelines are just meant to cross. I don't think they're overshadowing each other. I think that it's just an inevitability that these 2 men are going to be on the same path. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Did I
what
say
it
they
looks like they're
overshadowed?
trying to do.
Yeah. So
I
it's
said
just
they
like,
overshadowed. I said he overshadowed.
yeah, and I don't think that Boba Fett overshadowed Din in his entire season just by being in that one moment.
No, because
it's
they wrote it
very
properly.
interesting to me that people, you know, always that's the go-to is that Din now took away from the Boba Fett show rather than adding to it.
am I the only one here who I really enjoyed Book of Boba Fett? I took
Same.
it for what it was, and you know, I wasn't disappointed, you know, especially when, you know, people were saying, what was it, episode 5? They're like, oh, it's a Mando episode. Well,
It was.
yeah, of course it is.
It was.
You know, it's
You
supposed to
can't
be
deny that.
like, it's supposed to be tied in. It's not supposed to be like a full on let's continue the story of Boba Fett, right? This is basically like tying up some loose ends, and
It was an
bring in-
episode in the current timeline that didn't happen on Tatooine. So I don't know if you say it's a Mando episode. It's just a thing that happened, events that happened in the current timeline that weren't on Tatooine. So it didn't feel like a Book of Boba Fett episode.
Correct. And people that watch the whole series, the majority of the people that I've streamed with and the roundtables that I was part of, it was unanimous. The best episodes were the episodes where you got very little Boba Fett or no Boba Fett at all. So,
Oh my gosh.
so
The
it's
finale
like,
overshadowed all of them, in my opinion.
the finale could have been better.
It was a decent finale, but it had a lot of.
Exactly. Yeah,
If you remember,
you know, I want to know who built
Robbie
those
Rodriguez,
buildings out of
baby.
who built those buildings out of mud that was able to withstand a hell of a pounding of freaking laser fire. But you know,
Or the full weight
Those-
of a Rancor.
exactly right. So but, you know, it was. I would have to say the whole series for me was. I can't say fully. I enjoyed it, but it definitely wasn't like blowing me out of the water. It had its
Neighbor
issues.
in the North said it. I'm kind of like, it is what it is at this point. It didn't take away from the story for me.
it's a
Hmm?
prequel to season 3 of Mando. Really, it's the bridge between season 2
Correct.
and season 3,
Correct.
and that's
Agreed.
the way I
Agreed.
took it.
Was that the question?
Now the question was about whether Obi-Wan chats with Ahsoka. Did everyone touch on that one?
I was gonna say I
Yeah.
think they kind of not necessarily have to, but if it would work because all of these Jedi are being hunted, like aggressively said, it's pushing them in together. You know what I mean? They're gonna eventually either cross paths or die. I mean, who knows?
Mhm.
That's just kind of where I'm at. It
The
could work, I
next-
think.
And the next question of 33 is a poll question. I asked you guys, when I say you guys, I mean the live chat over there, to answer this question. Are you interested in a Tarkin child? Is this something that you have, in your future? Would you be accepting of it? Imagine like if Tarkin would be, doesn't he got to be a clone? Doesn't got to be exactly like his dad. Maybe he can resent what his dad did and he's on like a path to be a good thing. Are you interested in a Tarkin child live chat? Yes or no?
Tarkin
11.
child.
11. Why did Anakin say, "It's working, it's working" twice? Why not just once? What was the second one all about? Is it because it doesn't work often? And is it because he has a ship that consistently is flawed and breaks down? Yes, that's probably why.
Well,
He's a kid.
I think that was the first time he even perfected, well, he even got a ship up and running.
That second one, it was just a surprising it's working, right? Everyone can agree on this one. It's pretty easy, actually. Phantom Menace, little Annie, didn't know, didn't even finish a race. So we know that much about him. But it's working, it's working. Yep. 12, a movie in between episode 1 and 2, or a movie in between episode 2 and 3. Now, I'm not saying you're going to change Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace. I just mean if you could insert one movie in between them.
Episode 2 and 3 about Luke's training.
Mhm.
Just Luke's training, nothing else. It would be a short movie, but like just an episode about his training, something significant he did.
You mean Anakin or Luke?
Anakin.
I think you said Luke.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm overthinking episodes 5 and 6.
Oh no, I don't mean
I'm
the
thinking
original
like,
trilogy.
yeah.
I meant the prequel mode. Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. If you could
A
put it
movie
in one
between 1 and 2 about Obi-Wan and Anakin.
that 10-year
like,
gap you wanted.
Yeah, the training.
Uh-huh.
I want to see the development of Darth Jar Jar between episode 1 and 2.
Misa Darth Jar Jar.
That's something that would be interesting, except it never gets picked up on. I do
He's
believe
a bad man.
I'm a Darth Jar Jar guy. I think that he was really the Phantom Menace, the guy who was playing dumb, and that was supposed to be the plan, but then George Lucas abandoned it.
He gave the Emperor power, man.
Gave the
He
Emperor
gave him
power.
the power.
Misa, give power.
Yeah.
Misa bad man.
Yeah, if we could do that between episode 1 and 2, have a little bit more evidence towards Jar Jar being the way he is, I'd like that. Yeah, that's something I would like. My original answer would have been in
And he
between
was
2
doing
and
some
3.
funky stuff with that CGI. CGI is really like not a mistake. Whatever they put, it's intentional. And a lot of stuff he was doing, I was like, a lot of it. Sometimes there's plot conveniences, but then sometimes you gotta think like this has to be done on purpose, especially if it's CGI.
Yeah. 1 and 2 might have just won the answer. See, the thing is, between 2 and 3 is a whole Clone War, so I would love to see that fleshed out. And then we got the series, of course. But if you were asking me in 1999, like, we got these 3 movies planned out, let's stick in a movie in between, I would have answered 2 and 3. But the Darth Jar Jar things, I'm gonna change my answer just for you, K-Dot.
Oh, but 2 and 3, there's a lot of missions that Obi-Wan and Anakin have gone through, right?
Yeah.
That's where he gets his scar. I can't remember how he got that scar again, because I said the material I read was a while back. But there's a lot of things. There was a lot of tie-in between them.
I would say, yeah, like the Clone Wars show, it filled in like
True.
comment.
Yeah.
It filled in a lot. I mean, you could
You're
still
right.
go with more, but I'd
Yeah,
like to
give
see a
me
friggin'
Because I'm thinking
I'd like to
live
see
action.
between 3 and
That's why.
4.
Yeah. I'm
I'd like to
thinking
see
live
between
action.
Attack of the Clones and A New Hope. I'd like to see that, a lot of that.
Attack
Ezra
of the
Bridger
Clones.
aged Anakin Skywalker with Obi-Wan in between 1 and 2.
You said
And just
Ezra
Anakin
Bridger.
being trained. Yeah, Anakin being trained as a Padawan before he's a Jedi Knight, but not
Huh.
Jake Lloyd, tiny Anakin. You know what I mean?
Kind of like that. Yeah. 13, how much distance between Jango's head and body. That man was sliced up by Mace Windu, and we kind of saw it go a little distance, you know? I'm going to go ahead and say about 15 meters. That was a long 15 yards for the Americanos in there. Okay, so it's a first down and some.
Man, I would say Mace got a touchdown.
Shut up.
Say he got it, man.
That was 100 yards.
That head went flying.
Yeah, dude, that's like a 40-yard field goal, man.
Yeah, you're misremembering. The helmet was 15 yards. The head was.
Oh God.
Hey, I was thinking, what if, and this will make Mace Windu so badass. He cuts off his Jango's head. The head goes up. Boba's running to it, and the head just magically falls in his hand.
Oh.
He just with the force just brings it to him.
I was like, my daddy.
Twisted. That's twisted.
Oh my gosh.
That would radicalize me.
I can't get over Samuel L. Jackson's look when he did that, right? His eyes bulging out and his head is like,
I thought, who wants to answer this?
Oh, I'm with you, man. He just threw that shit like he's Patrick Mahomes. 80 yards.
What's better than Duel of the Fates? Nothing. There's no better song. This is it. Darth Vader's music, The original Star Wars track of
Imperial March.
I already
Imperial
got
March.
something way better. All right, Duel of the Fates.
I think it's better than that. When I'm watching the trailer for Kenobi and I hear I go, oh, that's the thing. You watch my trailer reaction because that's how I reacted. I go, oh, look, it's the music.
But there's something even better than Duel of the Fates, though.
What is better than that?
Are you
What
ready?
had better action playing with that song? Rey's theme when she's sliding down the sand. What's better?
The music that played when Kylo and Rey fought in Episode 7, man, it was god tier.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, good for
I don't
you.
remember
I'm
that.
joking. I'm joking. There is nothing better than Duel of the Fates.
No.
Wait, what was the theme
Yeah.
I was playing when Anakin fought?
Obi-Wan and Mustafar, that was Duel of the Fates. When
Oh,
Darth
okay.
Maul was fighting Qui-Gon and Kenobi also, that was the introduction of Duel of the Fates.
The other one that's like when Anakin falls. I think that's the name of it or something like that. But it's when he's just like brooding and he's got the hood on, and it's not Duel of the Fates. It's that other song. I can't remember the title of it.
So does that supersede or do you
No,
just
but it's right up
recognize
there.
it?
It's like his dark side theme, whatever it is.
The transition. Yeah.
The Raiders of the Lost Ark Raiders of the Lost Ark theme. That's
Well, are we
cool.
talking in general just with the Star Wars themes or in general?
Let's open it up. Let's open it up to every theme, every music possible. If I'm thinking of action is playing, oh, yeah, the Avengers theme is better.
I don't know, man. That Batman theme was kind of dope.
It was 4 notes. Burm, 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 burm.
It was fire, man. I don't know. When he walked up them stairs ready to fight the goons, playing at the end when he was fighting the Riddler goons too. This thing was pretty dope.
We got Sheev the Wise in the building. I think I sent you the link. If I didn't,
The end game theme, that's a pretty dope theme when it played throughout the whole final battle. Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
That Man of Steel theme for the first flight. The Dark Knight theme.
the fact that no one here can remember that Man of Steel theme is proof that it's not even on the same par as Duel of the Fates. It's nowhere near
All right. What about that Dark Knight theme?
Dana's theme from Ghostbusters. Now, I don't remember the Dark Knight theme. How many better themes are there? I would put this in like the
Superman
top 3.
78. That theme too, man. Superman 78.
Superman 78 is pretty cool. It's very inspirational. They even called back to it, didn't they? In the Justice League movie from the Zack Snyder, Joss Whedon version. Remember that when he turned to evil, they played the little Superman theme, but a little darker. That's an epic theme.
I mean, what about throwing in Mando's entrance? Just if we're talking Star Wars.
Mando doesn't
Like
have
all-
enough. Yeah, right. It's not there though. Like,
It's
he's
not,
only
it's
had
not
2
enough,
seasons.
but
It's good.
it's up there.
It's good, but I don't associate the theme with a moment like the Avengers moment that we just mentioned about Endgame and the Duel of the Fates when we think of the fights.
Duel of
that-
Fates is the best in Star Wars, 100%.
Question 15 of 33 burning Star Wars questions. Was Obi-Wan Kenobi the father of that Satene boy on Mandalore? This is why I need you, Sheev the Wise. in the Clone Wars, there was a kid named Satene. We know Bo-Katan. We know what's the Duchess name? Her.
Well, he was getting fresh with that other
Duchess
Mandalorian
Satine?
chick, I think.
Yeah, it was Duchess, but what was her name? Oh,
But her.
I know what you're talking about.
The Satine family is not someone that, it's not a big one. It's not one that possibly there's like a missing father out there. I think Obi-Wan Kenobi, had you have asked, I'd have left the Jedi Order. Like, I think that he might be the dad. I think that he was with Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon was gonna corrupt him. Qui-Gon was not by the book. So he mingled with the Satine family, and he definitely, maybe he doesn't even know it, but he definitely got it in with someone else.
Satine Kryas.
Yeah, it's another reason why Anakin turned away, man. The Jedi Council was showing some favoritism to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was just as rebellious as that little Annie.
Boba's theme was good.
He was trying to get fresh with that Mandalorian on in Clone Wars. Obi-Wan ain't slick, dude. He ain't supposed to have no attachments. He ain't slick.
16th question. Which beast was the toughest in Attack of the Clones? So there's 3 of them. They're all tied up. Padme, Anakin.
The Rhino. I'll go with that.
The crazy mantis creature, man.
The crazy mantis creature might be my winner also, because you could tame the other ones. You could attach a little chain around them and tell it to go where you wanted it to go. They were just reckless. But that mantis, it knew what it was doing. It was sniping and slicing, and it was like very methodically getting people from distances. That mantis thing is
too many weapons.
But that one's easy to defeat though. You cut off those legs, or he big target to cut.
Cutting off legs is hard to do.
I mean, not those big legs. That's a big target.
But it's got a tougher exoskeleton than the furry, rhino. Well, the rhino was fur, right? And the cat too.
Nah, if
you didn't have a lightsaber, I don't know.
That little cat was fur. That rhino was like, rhino skin, just skin. But I think if you got a lightsaber, like I'm talking as if you had a lightsaber, big target, big legs. Whoosh.
But they just shot the rhino, right? Like someone just shot the rhino.
Oh,
it was charging and someone shot it, right? Or I can't remember.
It was Jango, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Now, when you have something with 6 legs like that mantis did, compared to all the other creatures who are 4-legged, yeah, you have a lightsaber that can slice a leg, but a lightsaber will slice off of all of those other legs. The thing about the mantis creature is that it has extra legs to make up for the lost limb, so that while you think you're doing something nice, slicing somebody, they've already got that other leg to take care of the lost appendage.
But that rhino is faster because it's going to be fast at mantis.
Faster, but it goes in one direction, can't really stop or turn left. It doesn't have any agility. Okay, mantis. Neighbor says mantis. Basco.
I also give mantis as well.
Okay, we won. Scotty?
Yeah, I'm on mantis. I am.
And K-Dot goes rhino.
Stick with the rhino. Rhino's a badass, bro.
Rhino.
Trash.
America F, yeah, is the greatest theme. Never heard
America,
of that.
the kill.
The Scarface theme song is great. Okay. Indiana Jones. Isn't that what what's his name said? The Undertaker used to have a good theme. If we go wrestling themes, I like Shawn Michaels.
The Ultimate Warrior, man.
There's no words to the Ultimate Warrior. Shawn Michaels sings his own.
You don't need words. It's just all about nose candy.
We're gonna do a ranking of best wrestling themes. Remind me. That's coming. Question number 17. Who was Padawan Zett Jukassa, George Lucas' son? Who's going to be paired with? If things didn't end the way that they ended, and if Order 66 hadn't have 66th, I think that little Jedi kid was going to grow up and be paired with Ahsoka Tano. That's who was going to be the master of
Jukassa?
Yeah. The little boy who gets he was like the last hope when Bail Organa.
The Hispanic looking kid?
Nah, he's a white kid. He's actually George Lucas' son who he casted in the movie.
Right, oh, he's on the one in the movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought you were going off Clone Wars like Padawans.
He comes in and rolls in. He starts deflecting shots as Bail Organa's trying to go go into the Jedi Temple to see what's going on.
Exactly.
He was whack.
Ahsoka Tano is
he
gonna
was doing that
train this kid. She
He
was
wasn't-
like,
he wasn't worthy.
very well experienced at the Clone Wars time. She might have had like five years on this kid. How old was Ahsoka during the Clone Wars arc? 16? 17?
No idea.
By Revenge of the Sith, she must have been 18 or 19. So, she was old enough where she would become a Jedi, and then time to kind of teach somebody. So I think Ahsoka would have been the one. Maybe even no, Ahsoka. I'm gonna go with Ahsoka. Who was the Padawan Zett Jukassa? I keep saying his name wrong. Jukassa gonna be paired with. Can you take on more? Could Obi-Wan be like, I like this teaching thing. Give me another.
The rule was only one.
Okay.
So,
I don't know. I don't think Zed was. I don't know Zed. Zed wasn't a badass. He didn't deserve to. He didn't deserve a master. Only badass Padawans deserve a master. He jumped in there, just deflected some bolts and died. Trash.
Trash death.
trash with a bunch of clones from the 501 Anakin's clone friggin' regiment there. He was trash.
I mean, didn't he kill like 2 of them? Or I remember him just deflecting bolts.
No, he got a few. He got a few.
Yeah, I remember he got like nah, he still doesn't deserve a master.
Yeah. He had an
You are
impressive
not worthy.
I can only think of Ahsoka. Who else?
There was
Would have been
Barasafi,
the
wasn't there? Who else? There was a lot of Jedi that we were introduced to. Quinlan Voss,
Well, if
possibly.
this was George Lucas' son, he'd probably
Yeah.
get paired with like a better master. So Yoda probably got
Yoda.
paired. Because remember, Yoda was like teaching groups of kids and stuff, so he would have got paired with Yoda.
Remember,
Can Yoda have more? Yoda doesn't have to obey the rule of one. He's like, he lives forever.
Yeah, you can train multiple.
Yeah,
I
dude,
mean,
super
he-
suspect.
you just mentioned Quinlan Voss, right? Do you think we're gonna get to see him?
Who would they cast? Jason Momoa?
That was another story I wanted to see between the
Mhm.
movies is the Dark Disciples. They should just do that with Asajj Ventress and him.
Ah.
Oh yeah, we need to.
This
see
is the latest book
That'd
I
be
read.
classic.
This one right here.
What is it called?
Dark Disciple.
Dude, it's
Didn't
so
Asajj-
good.
Great
didn't
story.
Asajj die in Clone Wars, or
All
is
right,
it
hold on.
like character kind of open ended?
That's a big book. That's such a thick book that they should have made it wider. Because if they would have made it wider, it wouldn't have to be so freaking 3-dimensional.
I think that's the stuff Disney needs to do, man, is not be afraid to introduce these Jedi who escaped
Mhm.
and are just out there, or these Force users who are just out there.
Well, they are. Like, even
Yeah.
the Inquisitor dude used to be one of those Jedi temple guards.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of you guys watch Visions?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
There's that one where it was like what was it?
The 9.
The
Yeah.
Margrave,
Yeah, I thought that was
that Margrave
an
guy.
interesting concept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's going on, Rhea? Good to see you. Good morning.
Hey, Ray.
Virtual hugs.
Stuff right here.
Aw. And then she elbow cuffs. It's a dab. It's a dab. Question number 18 of 33 burning Star Wars questions. If it were up to Obi-Wan, would Anakin be granted the rank of master?
Yes.
You see,
No.
that's the thing. Again, it comes down to Qui-Gon being his trainer. Qui-Gon was someone who was such a wild card. He wouldn't obey tradition, this and that. If Obi-Wan could have gotten his dude, Anakin, which he even said, like, you're ready for the trials and this and that. Like, he was an approving teacher of Anakin. I think he would have definitely, not even took into consideration the conflict of interest and put Anakin inside that council. Soon as it doesn't even matter if it was the Emperor or rather the Chancellor at the time who was recommending Anakin, he would have put him in there and be like, yeah, okay, now that he's on the council, he's a master. But Mace Windu had to open his big mouth. He was about to suggest that in a closed door meeting, the same closed door meeting that they asked Anakin to spy on him. Yeah, Obi-Wan would have definitely granted Anakin the rank of master. What do you say, Basco?
Absolutely not.
Did you not hear the
not.
last 60 seconds of the stream?
No, Obi-Wan was a stickler to the rules. He was the one holding him back. Anakin said it, and it's true. He was holding him back. And what happens is that throughout the movies, you see that the Jedi way was flawed because of their stickler on not bending the rules, right? The lack of attachment, the attachment's what saved them at the end. It was Luke's love for his father that redeemed him. You know, that's what this proved, that all these rules that you have in place, not necessarily, they help keep a certain order, but at one point you're confronted with something that the rules have to be broken, right? And it just proved that Obi-Wan was a stickler to that, right? And the Jedi, what happened? And Dark Disciples, great example, right? In that book, the Jedi sent Quinlan Vos on an assassination mission and teaming up with Asajj Ventress to do it. That's not the Jedi way, but they had no other choice in order to do that. So they were contradicting themselves. And the Emperor Palpatine saw this as an opportunity to tarnish even more Anakin's mind during those times. So I don't think he would, because he was always restricting him. Mind your thoughts, mind this, instead of listening and hearing him out. The only one that listened to him was Yoda when he went to see Yoda at the Jedi Temple.
But even then, he was like, mindful you must be of your feelings, because it leads to 1 that leads to 2 that gets you to 3, he said.
But he gave him more explanation than freaking Obi-Wan did.
You kind of changed my mind. Yeah, Obi-Wan was kind of that way, wasn't he?
Yeah. Because when I watched all these movies again with my wife the first time, right? I love watching these movies with people that have never seen them, because I love seeing their reactions to them. And my wife's reaction was, "Oh, Obi-Wan's so fucking annoying."
Yeah,
because he kept, no, Anakin, no, you mind your thoughts, no, Anakin, not even really listening. And that's where's her first initial reaction. Was like, my God, Obi-Wan's so annoying.
What order did you watch the movies with your wife?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's the way I watched it too.
Yeah.
Do you think Obi-Wan knew that there was like a little bit of dark in Anakin, and that's why he was trying to keep him so strict to the rules?
I think even Obi-Wan was also blinded to it. Because if he knew, he would have tried to. Because if he knew, he would have tried to pull him back sooner if he's seen like hints of the dark side inside of him.
Because remember, Obi-Wan didn't agree with Qui-Gon taking him on as well.
Yeah.
Right. And the only reason he did it was for Qui-Gon.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Anyone else here?
I always thought it was weird that they just didn't. I mean, if they were all in kind of belief that he was the chosen one, why not give him the trials? You know what I mean? No one's like, oh, let me knight you. Now you're a master. Like, you still have to go through the trials. So why did he not even get granted that opportunity? I think that's ultimately what turned him against them. This is outrageous, and I agree.
This is unfair.
Which was a great point, right? Because I think they feared the fact,
solid ground to stand on.
Yeah, I think they feared his power. I think they feared that he could become so powerful that he could become a threat to them.
Yoda saw his replacement and he was like, "Nah, fam."
Yeah, who knows? But it's a great point you made, Scotty.
What do we think about what Mandalorian Martin wrote in the chat about a Phasma live series? Just to make people endure to her. I think once the character dies, they kind of become less interesting.
Dude, her book.
No show about no Phasma.
You guys want to adhere to her? Read her damn book, dude. It is.
I heard it's good. I didn't read it.
She's a savage in it, dude. She's a good character. They just did not in the movies at all.
They didn't read the book.
Yeah. Didn't they I guess it came after, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't they cast a chick from Game of Thrones as Phasma?
Mm-hmm.
Gwendolyn. Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
So the thing is with her armor is actually the same material that Naboo thing that.
Dude, it's the ship. I think they confirmed it is the Padme's starship. Yeah, that's Palpatine had it. Yeah,
and she made the armor out of the ship.
That's why it's chrome like that. Yes.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yes.
Chrome dome.
Chrome Dome.
Chrome Dome.
Oh god, dude.
Yeah. Amazing writing.
Yeah, how you gonna use an Earth insult? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's same thing with when Luke Skywalker did kind of that. I was thinking of Jay-Z when he did that. That was weird.
Gotta get that.
So are they.
Get off your shoulder.
Well, bro, they'll never believe you did this.
What would happen if Yoda survived the New Hope? I asked the question to your Mandalorian, Martin. What would happen?
Wait,
I think you mean Empire.
Like all the way through the end.
oh wait,
To be 1,000.
Yeah, he lived to be 1,000. And
wait, he was there during the New Hope. He just
he was. If it was Empire Strikes Back,
We know what you meant.
Oh, Empire.
I don't know. He trained Luke better. Like there'd be a lot
Empire,
more
okay.
scenes. Maybe even another Jedi would, who survived Order 66. Maybe that person would have joined Yoda when Yoda came out of hiding. Maybe.
Or is he talking about Return? Because he didn't die until Return.
He
Correct.
said survived.
Yoda died in. What happened if Yoda survived New Hope? He was there during the New Hope.
I think what he means is if he survived throughout the whole old trilogy.
Oh,
I think that's what they meant.
I mean, I think he still would have been like hiding and stuff. I don't even think he would do something like start up a new school again. I think he would just been done.
Failed I have. Into exile I must go.
Yeah.
19. Where's Jar Jar Binks during the book of Boba Fett K-Dot?
He is on that planet where Sidious is at, helping clone him again. He's telling all the people we need to do this and do that for our master, because I'm also a master too. I'm replacing Anakin because Anakin's trash. Misa running shit now.
Terrible things. Terrible.
But I wonder where Jar Jar is at. I wonder if he even is dead, or maybe
He has
maybe
a
got
canon,
exiled
I think, story.
back on Naboo, or maybe got executed on Naboo.
How long do Gungans live?
He I think it's in a book. I think he was executed, for lack of a better word, but I think he was on one of the star systems in the Hosnian system.
Did he
During the Force Awakens thing. Do you know that J.J. Abrams made that line?
They kind of turned him into a jester, honestly. He's like the entertainment.
That's bullshit. You know what?
It is bullshit.
That man hated the prequel movie. So, and you know how he wanted to destroy actually Coruscant and not Hosnian Prime. And then so you know about that story.
Heard.
Yes.
J.J. Abrams was just a prequel hater and a Jar Jar hater and everything. And I'm glad that was undone, because and if that it really says in the book that he was executed, they will ignore that. I can't wait for that canon.
Yeah, I gotta do
reread
the homework on that one.
Did he get executed because he approved
got executed because the story writers, storytellers were against him. That's why. There wasn't no Sidious.
There was no reason for him to be executed in the story.
Okay,
He just got executed.
Get rid of Jar Jar Binks. He's a punchline. Jar Jar Binks is
Then
everything
that's
that
trash.
they hate. Yeah.
If I was going to execute him, I would do it because he approved Sidious, and when Naboo made their deal, it was with Padme Amidala, not.
Yeah,
Guns.
if he was executed, it's because of his extreme power and influence.
Yeah,
for sure.
Look, during the book of Boba Fett, Jar Jar Binks, he had this role in the government. They respect the Gungans didn't really care. They were like, surface dwellers, you guys can do your thing. So just let Jar Jar represent us. We're fine with that. Just go. So he was always the top representative of that planet's underworld, underwater. Plus, he was already had his way inside the Coruscant kind of government stuff. So as soon as what Luke does, what he does, and he kind of ends the Empire, and they have this new republic now. As soon as that gets established, the go-to representative and senator would have been Jar Jar Binks, because he has powers. He's had experience. He knows what to do. So he was definitely the senator of Naboo during the Book of Boba Fett era and time.
And he's already been corrupted, so it's even
correct.
One burning question I have for Star Wars is, how did Palpatine return in Rise of Skywalker? Bro.
When he fell down the hatch, right? When he fell down the little hatch he was going down, it was kind of like a little curved and stuff, like had a little slope to it. So he rolled down into a little hatch, a little thing, and boop, fell into the trash can.
Kathleen Kennedy heard that. She said it checks out, and made a movie out of it.
Yeah. It was the
we know this.
Just like how Luke did. Luke did it in Empire.
It was
fell down the thing.
It was
Yeah,
Finn's parents. They were part of the maintenance crew, so they found him and they brought the cloning facility.
I'll take it.
Dude, I guess in the Aftermath book, they literally like he's not dead, but he's dead to society because everybody blames him for the rise of Palpatine
Ooh.
because he's the one that granted the power.
Okay.
So in the Aftermath Chuck Wendig books, they do talk about it, but it's not implied that he's actually dead or anything.
And what year did those books come out?
Real shortly after the trilogies.
Mm.
It's Battle of
After-
Jakku is what
Yeah.
it is.
Aftermath was after The Force Awakens, wasn't it?
Gotta look up the exact year, but
Yeah, I think it was.
That doesn't
it
make
is
any
a-
sense.
It fills in a gap before
Mhm.
The Force Awakens.
Right.
It's a loved book. I didn't know it was that recent.
It's a trilogy of
Mm.
books. They're really
Mhm.
good.
We are at
Jeez.
question number 20 of 33. Yes or no? The death of Uncle Owen as a post-credit scene for Kenobi. I'm open to it. I want to know why those burning skeletons are that way. Maybe because he put up such a good fight that everyone was just like, all right, aim and fire, and that burnt to a crisp. You know how much you have to hate someone to keep shooting even though he's dead, to keep shooting until you incinerate him. I don't know how he got to that position where he's just a black skeleton, but we got to see exactly the amount of stormtroopers he took out. There's a reason why Uncle Owen in a post-credit scene killing people.
Do we
Would
know
you guys
who-
like to
Hey,
see
you
that?
know what? No, that should be the post-credit scene.
That should. Thank you.
The show ends.
Yeah.
It fades to black, and it show a black skeleton saying, "Uncle Owen will not return." Show's over.
we have no idea who killed them actually, right?
Could
No,
be
it was
Cat
A
Bane.
black skeleton.
Was that?
We think it
Could've
was
been-
stormtroopers. We don't know it. You're right.
Well, they were looking for them, right? It was the stormtroopers looking for the droids, and they were the ones that purchased the droids, so it led the droids to them. So
Is there a chance it was a bounty hunter?
could have been.
Yeah.
I said Cad Bane. He was probably in action.
Well, when was the whole no incinerations line? Like when did he
Empire.
say that to Boba?
Ooh,
Empire.
Because hear me out, like
yeah, that's a good point.
if Boba Fett was hired to find Luke, or if Vader has knowledge of Luke
Uh-huh.
and sent them there, what if it's Boba Fett that incinerates them?
I like that answer.
I can
I
see
do.
that because that's totally the way Disney would roll too.
That's a good
Just
point.
to tie
And
everything-
because
tie
like
everything
Vader,
in.
not for nothing, knows who they are. I think he visits Tatooine and meets them.
Mhm.
But this is all comic stuff, so whatever they want to
Yeah.
do, I guess.
They'll
But I
neg
you
think
there.
that'd be sick.
Is that where you are
Right.
now? Where it's comic stuff? Yeah, I know it's not going to be real.
Well,
Is that-
because there's a, and I'm alone in a lot of saying this, but I feel everything is canon and there's tiers to it. So it's like, movies, shows, books, comics. They recontextualize this stuff all the time on purpose. A very good example recently is Dave Filoni being able to tell what happened to Kanan and all of that stuff in the animated series. He said himself that the reason that the books are different is because he never thought he would have the opportunity to tell it this way. So they do change things, but in their minds, they're changing it to make it better, not take away from like a book or something else. So I just am a firm believer that it literally is all canon because they can just at any moment write more about that specific event and make it canon.
Yeah, and leave out certain events too. I mean, like they can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. Like I mean, I'm a comic reader and a show watcher, and I'll take it for what they are. The shows are the shows, and the movies are the movies, and the books are the books. But I like the take references from the from the comics, and you don't have to make them like completely the same. You don't have to go word for word, but I mean, it's
Yeah, I don't
entertainment,
think-
right? So,
I don't think canon has to be etched in stone. I think it can
No.
be something that can be transformed throughout stories being told, It's just like a generational thing. It's like, the tellings of even a Bible. Like they're not the original tellings of that story. So
but it's like
it's
I
just
said
being
something
passed
about
down throughout.
Dr.
Bible
Afra
extended universe.
in Kenobi, right? Like I was like,
Well,
hey,
Force, I
like
mean.
what if you see Dr. Afra in Kenobi? And they're like
I would
one
love
guy
that
who I was
stuff.
chatting with, and he was like trying to, come up with a formula of like how old she would be, and it's like, really, are you really gonna like do this age calculation. Are you really that hard to, you know, if you see her and they screw up that she's, you know, 32 instead of 36, are you going to be really that pissed?
Dude, people will. They're insane.
Maybe people will. 21. Has Ray ever had a boyfriend? Cute boyfriend? Look.
Chill.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to. I know you're starting the trilogy that I don't want to.
That's
be a
right.
part
You're
of.
in question 21. That's the third trilogy.
This is my cue to go. So I actually have to go. It's coincidence, but I actually have to go and
Sure.
do some like work stuff. So this is great that it ends up on the Forgotten trilogy or the Nyquil trilogy, as you wanna put it.
We're gonna have fun with the Nyquil trilogy. You're missing out.
I'll be watching here, listening. So
I mean, I'm gonna have fun.
Maybe I'll
I don't
chime
know
in
about you.
chats and stuff. But thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. It's always good to talk Star Wars, and so
Good seeing you again, man.
Yeah, man. Happy to come back anytime, man. So I don't know.
Peace,
I'll
neighbor.
plug myself. You can find me on IG. I do some various YouTube things. Not a lot on my own channel, but just when people kindly invite me on their shows. So,
Yes, sir.
anyways, peace out, guys.
Deuces.
Later.
Jeez.
Ray ever had a cute boyfriend? Listen, this is not someone who was like out and about and very experimental with it. She was about survival. We know who like raised her. It was that dude, Unkar Plot. That dude. He wasn't allowing any, but she was the weird girl who Unkar Plot parented. This was not someone who experimented and shit. She was very
saw her
socially
bathe once.
socially awkward with Finn, of course. Nah, she did not have a boyfriend. She's like, none of your business, because she was very he's asking me a personal question. I'm embarrassed to answer that. No, I've never had a boyfriend. So that's why she was so like kind of aggressive towards Finn when he asked her. Nah, the answer is no, right, Guy Scar?
No.
Agreed.
She was.
Wait, she got asked that question if she had a boyfriend or not.
Yeah, that's what Finn said when he first met her.
Mhm.
Yeah, he said something about a cute boyfriend.
Oh,
That's correct.
Yeah, because she had to go back. It was like it was the same scene where BB-8 gives the thumbs up with the fire, but she kept going underneath to fix something and then coming back up. And he's like, "Why do you got to go back? You got a cute boyfriend?" Like that's what he asked her.
oh dang! I need to rewatch that movie.
No, you don't. No, you're good. I think my retelling was fine.
Oh, I've rewatched them.
She has virgin lips. She's never kissed them.
Never kissed.
What do
she's
virgin
never
lips look
kissed.
like?
Damn,
How does
Oh, I
K-Dot
could get
know
on
that?
board with that,
Virgin
actually.
lips?
Sure, her lips have not been tainted by any man, woman. I bet you this. She kissed a droid before she kissed a person. I bet you. I wouldn't be shocked. She probably kissed like a robot before
Like
she did
Wanda,
anything
like
else.
Wanda, right?
Yeah.
Just like
I-
one.
I saw that
wouldn't-
video once.
Most people read shit comics. They don't read the good ones that I read, because you read those independents. I know. Yeah. Oh, here's a stupid question. What if Anakin got with Ayola Sakura, the blue Twi'lek, instead of Padme?
Ayola
You'd be a lot happier,
Yeah,
bro.
the Twilight chick from the princess from that one episode.
Nah, she wasn't in an episode. Ayala Sakura was in the Revenge of the Sith movie, and she was during Order 66. She was the blue one on Felucia, got shot and killed.
I mean, did Anakin and her, was it revealed in like a book connected movie if they had like some personal thing going on?
Nah, but she looked good.
Man,
So,
she looked fine. When she died, we're like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Hey man, there's something about them Twi'leks, man. They do something.
Those
to people.
tentacles, man.
Grandmaster Rey Sky Palpatine grew up surviving. This harsh lifestyle made her the greatest. See how I didn't finish reading? Has Rey ever had a boyfriend, guys? No. I say Basco says no. Scott. Has
Yeah, I
Rey?
gotta say no.
Gotta say no.
I'm on board with the never been kissed too.
Never even been kissed. Question number 22. How is a holocron, Scott, any different from a wayfinder?
Don't get me
Oh
started, bro.
my god.
I don't
Scotty
want to
doesn't
go down
know.
here. I don't want to go down this road.
I think Scotty and I are gonna agree on this one. Go ahead, Scotty.
I'm not answering it either.
I mean, I think they're the same thing, right? But
Yeah,
the
aren't they
Wayfinder
both
definitely
the same
looks like it's just a corresponder, like a what are those pucks
Mhm.
that they have for the bounties?
Right.
Could be something different. And just like whatever, if it's something new, put it into a dictionary if you want. But I think it could be useful as a just a navigation tool that can only be unlocked by a forced user to find another force sensitive plane or area. I guess, but just say holocron, man. Like when are you gonna say holocron in live action? Never.
I wonder how everybody at the end of episode 9 got wayfinders to navigate to where they had to go to help them.
Exegol. Yeah.
Exegol.
Yeah.
They just magically grab wayfinders and were all great pilots and navigated through that red storm.
I think that the comic is gonna reveal it.
Very
Because the
cool.
Wayfinder's found on Mustafar. Vader's already been to Exegol. Now Luke is going to Exegol. So I think eventually we will see the creation of a Wayfinder and how
Bizarre.
there were two
So
of
they-
them in existence.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like we will get all that eventually.
Hey, Rebels had a holocron.
Yes.
It was when
Yeah.
Ezra and Darth Maul were at that temple.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
think they
they all-
identify who that belonged to either.
But
No,
it
we didn't
required
need
the
it.
Force.
Yeah.
Look, I think
Yes.
that the reason why a Wayfinder isn't a holocron, you know how a square is a rectangle, but you can't say a rectangle is a square. I think all Wayfinders are holocrons, but they have a specific duty. So instead of just saying it's a holocron, they're like, no, it's a Wayfinder. Just to be
Yeah, and like I like that definition. Like a holocron can only be created by a force sensitive being.
Mm.
And it actually takes, I mean, from what legends say, it can take a decade to create a holocron. I don't believe that it takes that long to create a wayfinder. Could be wrong. These wayfinders could be things that just exist too. You know, it could just be an artifact they find. Who knows?
Neighbor says I have to leave before horrible memories of the sequel trilogy resurface.
I think Wayfinder is just like a map quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be two separate
Side
things, I
mission.
agree.
Okay. You're watching 33 Burning Star Wars Questions. We're in the sequel trilogy era. It's Chillmonger. It's the Basco scenario. You should subscribe to him and subscribe to Hawk's Holocrons as well. And SSJK.Sanctum is there to be subscribed to as well. You know, I sent an invitation to a couple more people. Did Star Wars Obsession ever? respond to
Yeah,
it?
he's
busy.
busy man.
Alright, that's cool.
He was up
I
till
don't-
4 a.m. So
He's got a life. This is not real life. This is just YouTube. And then I sent a Jaded Fanboy an invitation. He should be in here soon because he usually does show up. I never count him out. And then I
it'd be good
sent
timing for him to come in during this.
he'll be here. Oh, give me a break. Oh, Ray. What are the things that Jaded Fanboy says? He always hits us with "give me a break." He does a little misogyny joke towards women. And I'm not sure if he's joking when he says it. Jaded Fanboy. Question number 23 of 33 Burning Star Wars question. Was Han alive by the time his body hit the bottom? Because look, he gets stabbed, right? Oh, I don't know what I have to do. Don't know if I have the strength to do it. Okay, stabs his dad. As he's falling, you know how much like emotional damage. What did you say, God?
He was alive as he was falling. He probably died halfway during the fall, but as soon as he fell, he was alive.
I sort of want to know that he died before the thud, just because love for Han Solo the character. Please, but I want him to have died really quickly, man. Just the amount of pain and emotional. Oh my God, my kid just did this to me, and knowing that you're gonna die. It's one thing to die instantly. It's another thing to know you're dead. You're dying. You're on a plane and you know that's doomed, and the pilot says "Mayday, Mayday," and you know you're dying. That sort of anxiety. That's what makes meat taste worse. If an animal has all this adrenaline in its body, knowing it's about to die because it just saw, its buddy just gets slaughtered. You don't want that for Han Solo. I don't want Han Solo to be treated like cattle. I want to respect Han Solo and know that he died in between the thud and the stab. Okay.
You know what? I think
he was alive.
Jinx.
Just said
Right,
that face hit the ground.
Yeah, I think he was very much alive.
Went splat. All he remembers is splat. That's what he remembers. Splat.
For me, he died the day they had him leave Leia, man. That's like the analogy I use is like a drug dealer who gets out of the struggle, marries a princess, and then chooses to return to the struggle. Like nobody would do that, dude. He does not enjoy. You can't tell me, Luke, that he enjoys. He enjoys that lifestyle.
It's
Blows my mind.
you get wiped up by the richest person in the galaxy, and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go back to robbing and stealing and stuff." It's like that doesn't happen.
Oh man,
You would think Han Solo would have probably start something with Leia, like maybe a shipping business, since he smuggles, shipping business, delivery.
get on the books, man.
Or like a
Start his own
UPS,
Amazon, yeah.
Like
We
he
know
had all the
Tatooine
potential
has
startup.
transportation issues. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he could have started.
He did
freaking
bring
Not
taxi
the
spice.
spice
service.
trades, bro.
He could have started up anything besides going back to the life he used to live.
Yeah.
Han soiled his depends before he hit the bottom.
Ouch.
Vasco, what do you think? Did Han die?
No, he was alive all the way to the damn bottom, man. Like the Joker and Batman 89.
It's not true. That's impossible.
He's just smiling the whole way down.
Question 24. Who's the biggest sequel lover on YouTube? Santa?
Who's that Star Wars? Isn't that Star Wars only guy a sequel lover?
Oh, I thought you were like acting for the camera. He's actually legitimate.
Seriously, I'm like,
I thought
Oh
he
no!
was- I thought he was looking
and
like
I turned
who's the
back and I'm
biggest-
like the full screen.
Yeah, my bad.
You're good.
You had something. But the question is the biggest sequel lover. You said Star Wars only. He's a big sequel lover.
Yeah, he was the guy who had the big reaction to Luke crying and stuff.
Star Wars
You know what I'm talking
Theory.
about?
Star Wars Theory.
Yeah, Theory, him.
No, I've watched him. He doesn't like the sequel trilogy. No,
Oh.
he likes the prequel stuff. So he's like really amped.
I mean, I
for
thought
it.
he was. I thought he was.
He changed his mind. He was like Rise of Skywalker was cool, it's better than Last Jedi, and he kind of liked how they kind of insulted the Last Jedi with some of the lines in in Episode 9. But then later on he just said, "Nah, I can't like it for because it didn't like Last Jedi."
So
He
he's still a traitor.
He flip flopped. Nah, man. Look, the biggest sequel lover on YouTube. It's got to be aggressively relaxing. That guy's the hugest Star Wars lover of the.
All right, could be the jaded fanboy.
Probably Doomcock. Secretly.
You know what they say?
Just
You
not-
act-
just
you
not on
actually love
YouTube.
the things you hate, and Jaded hates a lot of things. Jaded probably loves everything he hates. Bro.
Talks about it a
Just
lot,
doesn't want to be
actually.
honest about it.
It's not jaded fanboy, guys. It's not jaded fanboy. No. Basco, who do you know that likes it?
I don't know anybody that likes it.
You don't know anybody? No one says good things about this trilogy? Damn.
I don't know anybody that likes it. Like,
Ouch.
goes like, oh, it's great. No. Like I rewatched them, I think. Force Awakens I've watched 3 times. Last Jedi twice. And The Rise of Skywalker I watched 3 times.
Why did you watch Rise more than you did with Last Jedi?
I like the cinematography. I like the fights. I like the way it looks. The space battles. I like the way it looked. I liked what they did with the CGI and stuff. I enjoy visually. I enjoy it. The Star Wars, visual Star Wars. The storyline, I disconnect from it. So
25. When does Poe collect BB-8 from Tatooine? Rise of Skywalker kind of ends just so they can do the shot. I think a moment later, Poe goes, "Hey, by the way, you still have BB-8 right with me. That's my droid. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going to be right over there in a jiffy to collect BB-8." And she's like, "I just needed him for the ending. That's cool." And she sends BB-8 back. That is not your droid, Ray. You needed him to complete what R2-D2 was supposed to represent. That's why.
Mhm.
Anybody want to touch this one? When does Poe collect BB-8 from Tatooine?
does it really matter? Like you were dead on, right? The droid belongs to the pilot. He should have been back with Poe from right after the mission was done.
Could Captain Phasma be in Mandalorian season 3? Sure, she could. Yeah, and she could even be like unmasked because
Oh, yeah,
technically
I'm
she never
looking at
unmasked
that
during the
video.
movies. We don't know how old she was in those older movies. So yeah,
When
that's a good question there, Mandalorian Martin. I'm gonna add that one later for other people. When does
I was gonna say yeah, because sorry, not to interrupt you, but that
No, I wasn't. I was waiting for you, but I heard you talking when you were muted.
the Phasma stuff is like, who are some of the first generals of this new, First Order or whatever? We have Gideon, but was she one of them as well? I think that would be cool to explore. But she's probably much younger, during these times.
He doesn't. BB-8 never goes back to Poe. Get out of here. You're a sadist. You're one of those people who hate themselves. WZ. Who wore it better, Grogu or Scott Steiner? Why is that in there? That's not my question 26. That was my old question 26. My new question 26 is, what do the Sand people think of Rey Palpatine living on Tatooine? That's my real 26.
How you don't know what they're thinking? They got something new to beef with living in that Skywalker home, man. And they have beef with the Skywalkers. Rey's gonna continue the legacy of the
Oh
people.
yeah, for real.
They gonna come up to her house. Who you? Thought y'all people was gone.
What if the old lady's a spy? What if she's in
Work-
league?
working
What if she's in
with the
league with the Tuskens, bro?
Very
Like,
suspicious. And this is
there's
Star
been
Wars,
no
where they
activity
take a
around
character
that.
from the past and they
See?
definitely add more lore to them. Star Wars does this. They do that with Willrow Hood and all these other guys we were mentioning earlier, Tag and Bink and stuff. If a character exists in a movie, there is a religion that this person follows. There's a purpose for why she was walking in that direction.
My other favorite theory?
It's
is that she's,
Paleomoto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some random.
Please do it.
random old
Please
lady.
do it.
She was there for a reason. She ain't no random old lady walking in the desert by herself.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's like when you meet Jafar in the beginning of Aladdin. Like, that's not the guy that he meets on the streets. Like, he's not innocent. Something up with that old lady.
Leia might be working for the Tuskens, man, selling the information. The Tuskens are all after the fires. They saw Owen and them die. Like, yes, we got him. And then when they see Rey come up, like, damn, we gotta get rid of these Skywalkers. Gotta get rid of all of them. So Rey's their next target.
Question number 27, favorite sequel actor. Who's the one that Kathleen Kennedy needs to be standing next to at Star Wars celebrations? Because she doesn't just come out alone. Last time she came out with Dave Filoni, knowing because, who she is and stuff. If she was going to go outside with an actor to be presented to the stage of Star Wars fans in May 26th, is it? In May. Who is that actor she's with? Ewan McGregor or
not an actor. It's not an actor she'll bring out. It's a director, her hubby. Her secret love thing
with
Ryan. Her secret boo thing, Ryan Johnson.
You
come out and reveal. I've been cheating on my husband. I'm with Ryan. He's my new man.
Oh yeah, they'll announce the trilogy finally, guys.
Let's go.
We got the.
I've been wanting to say it for so long. Me and Ryan are getting together. We're getting married. Blah blah blah. He's gonna get his trilogy. We're gonna make everything happen.
He's not getting jack shit. Oh man. Who?
Tough crowd.
A sequel actor who would be looked at favorably from the Star Wars fans. Is it Oscar Isaac because he's doing a Moon Knight show currently? Like, who would she walk out with? John Boyega? Would John Boyega want to walk out with her?
No.
Probably Oscar Isaac.
That'd be Daisy.
Oscar Isaac or Daisy.
Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, I think.
No. You know who it is? It's Rose Tico's actress.
Rose.
Her. Kelly Marie Tran.
Tran.
She was being bullied and she was taken off of Instagram. So Kelly Marie Tran is like a sympathetic figure. We even saw during Rise of Skywalker when they were like talking to the audience and there was a whole list of chairs and all the castings were there. And Kelly Marie Tran, and they were like standing ovation, giving her love because the fan base knew that she was going through some stuff, and they understood what went happen with Jake Lloyd, Ahmed Best, and all of the Star Wars hate that happened for prequel people. So they gave a round of applause, like a stand-in freaking to roast Kelly Marie Tran. So I think that if she walks out with Kelly Marie Tran, that actor would be someone who gets her a little bit of a favoritism. I feel like, look, Kathleen Kennedy, very much hated, very much we people like me dislike her. So she's not going to come out alone. She's going to have Filoni or like an actress, and that would be Kelly Marie, right, K-Dot?
Yeah. Either Kelly Marie, Oscar, or Daisy. Definitely not John Boy.
I mean, or go the Ryan Johnson and just bring someone out that looks worse than she does. That way she doesn't look so bad.
But yeah, but they get booed, wouldn't they?
Or, I mean, they get booed, not her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You should get on the mic. Should be like, guys, let Ryan feel welcome. You know, it's both of you getting booed, but she'll be like, guys, that's not right. Don't boo Ryan Johnson. Yeah.
Her shirt says Ryan Johnson did nothing wrong.
Zack Snyder
I did
handpicked
not.
her director for her next Star Wars trilogy. Kathleen Kennedy, yuck. Have her stand outside the building, please. What's this?
Yeah, but they brought them money. She brought them money.
Have her do security at the entrance.
People of Sand.
People sounding something sand people would take. Man, fuck
know,
you,
right?
sand people.
Sand, it gets into everything.
Mandalorian Martin says, imagine if Darth Revan was in the sequel trilogy.
Dude.
It was there, but they decided to ignore it. They decided to just set up the same setup that they had for the New Hope.
They are
movie.
remaking the Old Republic game, so you'll
Right
see
here, bud.
Revan again soon.
Darth Revan and Malik.
Isn't Revan actually female or male?
Nope, it's male. He's a male. Yeah, you're thinking of what's her name?
Well, I know because in the game
you're thinking of
male or female.
Yeah, exactly. But it was really a male because it's the relationship between Revan and Bastila Shan that they actually become a thing and then have their granddaughter is actually the
and he's unmasked
Satene.
in the game, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Why do you dislike her? That's so weird. Every one of you plan your week around her productions. We plan our weeks around Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Plan my week around George Lucas's creations, and I plan my week around hoping that Kathleen Kennedy's involvement is at the least amount. I'm actually there's a comic that is called Mandalorian, issue number 1. Rodney Barnes is doing that, and I'm very interested in buying that comic book. I don't know if it'll retell the events of the first season, first episode. It looks like it will, just kind of in comic book form. But I'm getting it because it'll be the first appearance of Grogu in a comic book, first appearance of Din in a comic book.
Nice.
Are you interested in that?
I am. I love comics. I like the comic art. A lot of people are like complaining even about the High Republic art. It's like, man, you go draw it. You go draw the picture.
You go draw it. Are there sequel era characters better than Mara Jade? No.
Characters better than Mark. No.
I don't even know much about her, but there's nothing. John Boyega's character Finn didn't really get fleshed out when we look at the second and third movies, right? Kind of interesting in the first one. Rey, the training thing, but there's also the inconsistencies with her using lightning and whatnot. She could
Chill.
heal.
You got if you don't know much about Mara Jade, you should read The Heir to the Empire. The whole
Should
yeah, definitely. That whole trilogy book series by Timothy Zahn, that's what relaunched the Star Wars book universe at a time where Star Wars was inexistent anymore.
Y'all can call me crazy, but I think she could still be a factor. Maybe not in name, but they do bring in Mount Tantus at the end of the Bad Batch, and Palpatine does have a Force user guarding that. So whether it's a Sabaoth type of thing or it's a previous iteration of a clone, not a Snoke, maybe something different, but I do think we're gonna see some kind of dark side, something protecting his contingency plan there.
Okay.
Cool.
I wouldn't mind it. Seeing Mara Jade would be a great kind of, yes, she's in here. Again, with a lightsaber wielding person, and it's always going to be interesting to me. And if the Bad Batch is cooking it up, and let's just see it be, played out. You know how there is obviously a push with Kathleen Kennedy. She won't be there. If she is, it's going to drive away fans. But with her and her whole, if someone's a woman, they're, can't get women in there fast enough, and we know that's her mentality. Fine, Mara Jade checks that box, and she's also someone who is liked, and also someone who could be the star of a movie, and they can get their points, and they can have their articles by Variety and CNN and all those people. Same people who were talking about how great Ms. Marvel is, even though Ms. Marvel had her powers changed, and it's really not the same character. If that's anyways, but they can do that with Mara Jade. So if they are having that happen, and then we're gonna get it on big screen, then they're doing a great thing. And yes, it's even more likely because she is a woman, a female character, that will get Mara Jade.
The only reason they can't necessarily do her exactly the way that fans want is because of all the history she has with Luke Skywalker.
Correct.
They would have to literally go back and start like telling Luke right at the end of episode 6 and introduce her like real early on as like someone Palpatine had on the side.
So is what happened in Book of Boba Fett, him training Grogu on a planet for a few minutes, did that ruin Mara Jade from ever happening? Or could Mara Jade and him have met after Jedi?
That's what I'm saying. I think it has to be soon. It has to be like, because I think she freaks out after Palpatine dies or after the news of Palpatine's death. That's when she really is like, I'm all I got now. And she starts going on this whole quest and I think meets him. But yeah, man, it's just a lot of story they have to tell, and they don't really have a Luke to tell it with unless they're going to do a CGI and have him be a main character as a CGI character. I don't know if that's doable.
How about a video game? You can have Mark Hamill do the voice. You can have
That's
Mara Jade be
CGI
your
all the
character.
way.
What'd you say?
That's what I'm saying. Like, do full CGI episodes with him voice acting or full animation. I think that's the way to go with the Luke Ben Solo stuff, even if they want to.
You don't even need his voice anymore. They just did that in the last episode of The Mandalorian. It wasn't his voice.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah,
That's crazy.
how do you even pay the man? We're getting in a weird territory of like rights and stuff. I don't like.
He just has an income generator over here. He just
Mhm.
goes and takes out deposits whenever
Do
he
you
wants.
think Disney, as of recent, had like actors sign something to say like, "Yo, if anything happens or you get too old, we can use you." Or if one,
That's why they digitally scan. That's why they have their faces scanned. Everyone stands
Every
in those
actor.
3D printers things.
Well, no, what I mean, but you would have to agree for them to like keep using that likeness. Let's say if anything were to happen.
Yeah, man. Is there like
So do you think Disney probably has them agree to stuff now?
For sure.
So like, hey, if something happens, you get too old, you pass away, we get sick,
You have
we
to.
need to do something to make you CGI. Do you give us permission to do it?
Yeah, you got to now. Knowing that, knowing what you can do with technology now, just be preemptive. Any new project, you tell these guys, this is the way. This is the way. LOL.
This is the way. Nice. Yeah.
I have a "This Is the Way" drop, but I cannot find it. But I have this one.
I have spoken.
I've spoken.
Thumbs up the stream, everybody. It's Chillmonger chilling with the Basco scenario with Hawk's holocrons and SSJ K-Dot's question. K-Dot's. What's your name? Sanctum?
SJK. Sanctum.
First Black Super Saint to arrive on the planet. Yeah, that usually in their contracts, Marvel does that too. Yeah, Marvel does do that. That's right. The next question is 29.
Longer they probably asked Chadwick.
Yeah, you're right. What's the best kiss in the sequel trilogy? Got a couple that come to mind, okay? First, Rose Tico kisses Finn. Mwah. It's about loving what you save and not hating what you love. That's how you win.
Oh
Then
God.
we've got Kylo Ren, or Ben Solo, I should say, kissing Rey. Mwah. Smooch, smooch, okay? And then there was
Toxic love.
we got the celebration kiss with those two unknown background characters that was banned in China of those two women kissing each other.
Genuine love for like 6 seconds.
That's what I'm gonna go with. I'll take that one over the other two, Rose and.
Doesn't Luke's projection kiss Leia on the forehead?
Yep.
Okay, we'll count that one definitely.
I will go with that one.
That's cool. Little Ryan
this
Johnson
dude is
getting
looking
points
for an OT kiss?
Yeah, you got it. You got one. You got one. I don't think Leia kisses Han Solo. They don't. They just kind of say that's a new jacket, new hair. Yeah, but they
They hug. They hug.
hug.
Yeah.
Does Chewie get a kiss?
Oh
that's
no,
hug.
he gets a hug off camera. He gets a hug in the book.
I will
Yeah.
say the lesbian kiss was probably the most genuine kiss. Now that whole trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
Leia,
gotta agree.
Kylo and Rey kissing was weird. That was just random.
Do you remember your theater's
Rose
reaction
Tico
to that?
wasn't cussed, so I don't know if we count that.
What's up, Obsession?
I would be okay. No, because it was weird. They only knew each other for like what, and 2 hours. She's already fell in love with him. Like, okay, damn.
My theater when Ben and Ray kissed,
He's the Finn.
people just went, "What the fuck?" Like multiple places in the theater went, "What the fuck?"
I was so confused because I was like, so I guess all that tension was romantic this whole time. I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, some people are saying that they were all trash kisses, but when you mention the holographic kiss, the hologram where he wasn't really there, Luke Skywalker kiss, that might just have. That was a good answer. That was very smooth. I wasn't even thinking about that one, bro. Damn. I'm gonna be progressive and I'm gonna stick with Kate out. We're gonna go with the lesbian kiss. Scotty?
I like the Luke one. I like the Luke one.
Yeah.
You gotta go with that.
It's a tie. That means we're taking it to the polls. I'm gonna put in a poll in the live chat, okay? But until then, answer it. Guys, who is the face of the sequels? After Rey, we know Rey Palpatine is the face of the sequel trilogy, right? No one disagrees with that. Who comes second?
Face of the sequels after Rey. I wanted to be Grogu since he's gonna be alive longer than Rey, so might as well just let it be Baby Yoda. At some point, they're gonna do something with him bigger than what they already are. Eventually, they're gonna have to hit the sequels, and eventually they're gonna have to do something with Baby Yoda. He's gonna outlive Mando and Rey, so maybe he might be the next face.
The true hero of the Resistance, Grand Admiral Hux.
Hux. Oh,
he was the spy.
Traitor.
He was the spy, bro. No, they would have never won without him. Hux.
That's true.
Hux.
Malakili kissing his Rancor. Who's Malakili?
That's OT, right? He's talking about when he was dead.
Oh, the freak. Oh, that guy.
Talking about the guy that cried over him when he died. They're very emotional creatures.
They get attached to the ones they love. Go ahead, Trejo. Tell them how it is, Holmes.
The poll I put up earlier in the thing, question number 10, which was about yes or no, are you interested in having a Tarkin child? And the majority, 62%, said no, they do not want a Grand Admiral Tarkin kid. I don't know. I'm for it. I'll take it. I'm open to seeing someone with the Tarkin name. They're not. That's cool though. Well, most of you said no, but enough of you guys said yes, where it makes me feel like, okay, if I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose by that much. Cool.
Well, I mean, probably does have a kid. Remember the guy from Rogue One? He was a Imperial too, and he had a child.
Gene Orso. Orso.
Yeah.
Gene Orso.
Mm-hmm.
True. Tarkin probably does have a family.
Yeah, you can definitely get down if you're in the Empire. They don't mind. They want that attachment. Because you can say the Jedi were weird. They didn't have attachment. We do. When Luke kissed Kylo Ren before attempting to kill him.
I missed
Is that in The Last Jedi?
version.
He's joking.
I don't watch The Last Jedi.
I think that's a whole different version.
I saw The Last Jedi in the movie theaters, and then I watched it again, on my computer the very same night, just to be like, is this really a bad movie? So I watched it a second time. And then when it came on Netflix, I know I watched it once, and then I was like, well, I'm never watching this again. But for episode 9, I watched The Last Jedi a fourth time. So I know I've only seen the movie 4 times. Maybe there's a fifth one that I just not remembering, but I saw that movie 4 times. Rise of Skywalker, I saw it once on Thursday. I didn't go to the movie theater because Last Jedi stole my money. So I said, I'm going to watch this thing on the computer with a little subtitles in different language. And I watched it, and I was so glad I didn't give that money. I don't remember much, but I do remember in The Last Jedi, there's definitely no scene where Luke kisses Kylo Ren. Malakili kissing his Rancor. LOL. John Boyega, he's going to show up with a lightsaber in a season finale one day, and people are going to lose their minds. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Apparently, I
The
think
last time we see a black man do something cool in Star Wars was an OT when George Lucas was there. Wink, wink, Kathleen Kennedy. Wink, wink.
Would Darth Revan lead First Order better than Kylo? Yeah.
hell yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. He probably lead it better than Vader and Sidious.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what the poll said. The answer to the poll question. Let's end the poll. We have Luke wins.
That's right.
Yeah, I wonder how you just walk up to your sister and just, say like, yo, I'm sorry for attempting to kill your son. He was evil. But I love you. Well, now that conversation goes.
I look, when I ended the poll, we got more votes. Lesbian 60%, Leia and Luke 40%.
Oh, y'all progressive people.
He just went the lesbians.
What was their names?
Lesbians.
Who were they?
I don't know.
Lesbians.
You
What's
could
a
really
better
call
word?
them thing 1 and thing 2 or something.
Yeah, just call them people. Why do we have to put labels on people?
People of Lover.
Yeah, man, they're people. They're not just lesbians, they're people.
The face of the sequels after Rey, I will answer is it's not John Boyega Finn because he was kind of like sidelined. You'd have to give it to Kylo Ren. I think he would be like that face. Got a lot of lines.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking John Boyega's like permanently done with Disney.
By choice or because they don't like him?
No, I think because he's an activist and stuff. Like he knows they did him dirty as a character. And remember, he was on Twitter talking all that smack and stuff towards him. Like he was sneak dissing.
Mm-hmm. He was telling the truth.
Made it public. Yeah, he was telling the truth too. He made it public. I think he's done with that environment and might be doing other type of work.
Unless they drop a good line and they get money on it, and then you'll see how he jumps back on.
Exactly. I mean, it's hard to say I'm not going to do a Disney movie because I have standards when Warner Brothers exists, Universal, like they all have some blood on their hands. Or that's a bad example, not, a bad analogy, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, all of them got dirt. But hey, when that money talks, you'll get people who claim they not with the dirt to join the dirt.
Come on, Disney's got a lot of dirt. They just, the federal government just arrested a couple of their employees for sex trafficking. Come on.
Yeah,
I heard.
Yeah.
When that happened?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're part of the IT department or something like that. Yeah.
It's always those IT bastards.
Bro said it's always those IT bastards. Yeah, that's true. It's a thing that happened, actually.
They got too much time on their hands. They chill. They lax and stuff, man. You can't trust them.
31. Which helmet looks the safest? Knowing that the Mandalorian helmets are made of Beskar, that's going to make me think Beskar helmets are the safest. But the question is,
but those helmets can slip off, though, easily. I think a helmet like Vader's or a helmet that you can, like, close. Because the Mandalorian helmets, they slip off. You can, like, easily just pull them off. They don't lock onto.
Technically, Mandalorian's helmet's supposed to lock, right? They're supposed to be air sealed.
I mean, yeah, head's
it looks like Boba and Mando,
the head separated from the body, and the head just fell right out. Super easy.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's a strong helmet, but like it can come off. I'd rather have a helmet like Vader's that locks with the suit.
We mentioned Phasma. That was a cool helmet. Okay.
The Stormtrooper helmet's locked around the
I gotta
neck,
go Beskar.
Knowing that it's Beskar helps, yes. So the Beskar helmets make it's gonna make you think that the Darth Vader helmet looks kind of plastic.
Around my neck, I'll totally wear a Beskar helmet because I don't want it to come off.
We'll make a Beskar turtleneck just for you.
Yeah. Get the Kevlar, just like the hockey players.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that clip of the player?
Clint Malerchuk.
Oh,
goalie?
Michigan, right?
Yeah. No, Buffalo Sabres goalie Clint Malerchuk got.
I thought that was.
He got his cut to the throat, and they actually sewed him at the not on ice, but in the back, the surgeons, they had to perform
he had the knowledge
the
to
blood was
cover
spraying.
himself
Yeah.
as he was skating away, and if he didn't know to do that, it would be
He would've
different.
bled
Oh,
out.
it would-
Yeah.
it was minutes.
Yeah, man, it's
Scary.
amazing.
Yeah.
Which helmet looks the safest? Live chat, answer the questions. Aggressively says John Boyega is working with Disney to help come up with ways to support actors being harassed online, and jokingly told Disney to give him an animated gig. That happened. I feel like you gotta, be hands off with Disney from the way you were talking about them. But if they're like, yeah, you're right, come here and help us help you, if that's what they're trying to say with him, with ways to support actors being harassed online, if that's the way you're gonna make good on your relationship with Boyega, it's kind of a sneaky way. But as long as good comes out of it, I'm pretty pleased.
Hopefully
with that.
he deleted that "they're not going to Disney Plus me" tweet.
I remember that tweet, didn't you? Yeah. He didn't get it though. At the time, nothing from Disney Plus had aired yet, right? It was we didn't know it was going to be.
It was
this
even
quality.
It's not a CW, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what he thought
Yeah.
about it. So
Mhm.
I see why he would say it that way.
Oh, he was throwing shade towards the CW.
No.
No. Just in
He said
general.
you're not
like-
going to Disney Plus me, like whether or not he would come back for anything on Disney Plus. This was right before Rise of Skywalker was coming, and remember right before Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, like you just
it would have
screwed me
been
over
funny
in
if
the
he
movie.
did. It would have been funny if he did mention like y'all not finna treat me like the CW treats people.
You're not going to put me in a Titans.
What if the First Order had enough of Leia's ship to give to the First Order to make their armor stronger? Then they would have had stronger armor, but there was just stormtrooper
I mean, that ship
armor.
isn't big enough to supply an army.
Imagine riding a Harley with a Mando helmet.
Fucking
That'd be
blind
nice.
spots will kill you.
Imagine
Just
you're
go
the
forward.
Empire and you turn an entire planet to glass rather than harvest all of its minerals for your new army. Like, why didn't all the stormtroopers just start making their armor out of Beskar?
I mean, hey,
It was limited, wasn't it?
Well, if it was on Mandalore, wouldn't they just pull it from the mines? I don't know. Maybe it was completely already a rare mineral. Yeah, I'm not sure. I always wondered about that too, though, with Gideon and those guys. And like, how did the client have that stack of it? Like, who's got the Fort Knox of all the Beskar bars that are Imperial cast? You know what I mean? There's got to be stockpiles of that somewhere.
If you think about it, all the helmets in the Empire started with Mandalorians and Jango, including Vader. I don't know what you mean by this, that they started with Mandalorians?
Well, they were cloned, right? It was a Mandalorian clone, but the armor wasn't Beskar.
Are we saying Jango and Jango was the first to wear that kind of armor? Is that what they're saying?
No, he was not the first.
Elaborate, Cole. Elaborate. Mandalorian Martin, do you think Kylo would have beat Palpatine in Rise of Skywalker? Nah.
Yeah.
Question 32. How far away is far, far away? It's a galaxy. It's far away. But how far away? We know that galaxies, we've only ever seen Star Wars take place in one galaxy. I know that Scotty is going to be like, no, there was a book where the Yuuzhan Vong and... if they're far, far away, then they are like 3 galaxies away. Far, far away. Because if they were just away, that's 1 galaxy. But they're far, far away. Star Wars galaxy is a long time ago and 3 galaxies away. Any objections to that? Just agree, guys. Just agree.
I think
Yeah, so far, far away is kind of like a shit ton.
Yeah, it's a shit ton.
Pretty much.
Well, far away from what?
From us.
Is it us?
Is
So
there
who
even
else is it
Earth?
talking to? Who speaks English with English text? When it says that in the movies and we see stars in the background, it says...
Or
what?
maybe
Isn't it called basic?
maybe aliens taught us how to speak English
Yeah, it's called basic.
Okay,
That's what it's called.
because
So-
there's not that many.
the language is called basic, but the writing has its own hieroglyphic kind of patterns, symbols. So no, I don't want to hear it. That was in English and that was for us, not basic for them. Basic is what was written on the pod, on the freaking the yellow Naboo starfighter thing that made us think that the one that Mando flies is the same one that Anakin flew when he was younger, but it was different letters. But that language, that's what basic looks like. Basic is what popped up when Luke was talking to R2D2, like, I'm gonna hold it, I'm not gonna go autopilot, I'm just gonna hold it manually while he was flying off. You could read basic. Those letters were not English. Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's like basic is a language in the core planets, but once you start to go to the outer rim, to the unknown, stuff like that, that's where you get the alien languages from. But it'd be like if we're talking like our timeline, the year 10,000, we're now multi-planetary. Though all those other planets are speaking the same language, but now if we have the ability to travel outside of our own galaxy, that's where the alien languages start coming in. So basic is supposed to be understood by me and you because we're the audience and we live in the core. You know what I mean? I guess if that makes sense.
How far away could we be if we're in the core? The question was, how far away is far, far away?
I think it could be
far
within
away.
our galaxy. We're talking like it could be within the Milky Way, just on the other side of it.
So the galaxy that they're traversing in Star Wars, that galaxy,
Sure, like
is
a neighboring to us. We got
Can
Milky Way
be.
here, they're here.
Okay, they're their neighbor. They're the neighbor of us. They're not in our galaxy.
Yeah, but that distance, like, who knows? Because it's light years. So if we have that technology, we could be there tomorrow. But if we don't,
Dude, they're so far away that fireballs can appear in their space. That's like a whole different science of how far away that they are. They're not just next door. They're not just the galaxy over.
you asked. I'm just saying anything is possible, man.
I'm acting
Anything's
like there's a
possible
right
when
answer.
we have time. When we have not time travel, but light speed. Anything, distance is irrelevant.
Like the Beastie Boy says, was it planetary, anti-galactic planetary or something? Beastie Boys in their lyrics.
Beastie Boys.
Oh yes.
E.T. was able to get to Earth and
Intergalactic
his people.
planetary.
Oh shit! Look at this. In the Phantom Menace, E.T. species were in there. They were one of the senators on the Coruscant thing. So
He's not wrong.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. And in E.T.
Yeah.
Alien got to us, and he didn't get here with light
Not
speed,
too
did he?
far away.
Oh my, they're not too far away. They're not. They're far, far away, but I don't know if they're. Maybe they are the
I
next
remember,
galaxy over.
Phone home.
Last year, I just learned that that it's not like core unknown, or sorry, it's not core outer rim unknown. It's like core outer rim, and then unknown is like over here. So it's not like a complete circle of what we know. There's areas of outer rim that we haven't even seen in story. I feel like.
Mhm.
Big,
there's also Thrawn's. What's his race called?
Yeah, with the Chiss ascendancy.
The Chiss, apparently, yeah, they're from the unknown regions, right?
And they can navigate it when they're younger.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's a great question that we're answering. Okay, listen, the unknown region type area, that might be where we might be the next galaxy over, because we're still not in the same galaxy, as the text says, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So we're not the same galaxy, but we could be right on the corner of our galaxy, and they're right over there. They're not too far, far away, bro. That was came in clutch with this text right over here.
Was
Thank you,
anybody else?
Beskar.
Are you guys hyped up about the James Webb Telescope photos and stuff? You've been following that?
What did he photograph?
We
The
just
moon?
launched the $10 billion satellite, and it's going to be taking it. This satellite is going to take like 6 months for it just to open all of the everything and then cool to the point where it can start to send photos back. But it's going to be able to give us atmospheric temperatures, compositions of these worlds that we believe are in Goldilocks zones. We'll be able to tell if they rain. We'll be able to tell if they can sustain life, basically. It's out there doing this thing right now.
How far away are the worlds? Like we don't
40
have
light years.
Yeah, exactly. See,
is one of the closest we think.
But 40 light years, how do we get from here to there?
Is that the one that was like significantly bigger than Earth?
Yeah, it's like 3 times the size of Earth, but it falls in a distance from its sun that is similar to ours, and the temperature of it is very similar to ours.
So to get people there, you might have to like start with 2 humans and just know that they're gonna have to have kids and teach those kids everything, and know that those kids are gonna have to learn something. and
Dude,
then
Elon
multiply
Musk,
that.
if you guys want to look up the last SpaceX talk he just did live for the company or whatever, he's talking about the Mars colony, and they talk in like tons of materials. So there's 100 million tons of materials to Mars could sustain a colony there. And he'll be able to do trips twice a year to Mars. And that's why he's practicing these repeat flights with the satellites now. And he's going to have a refilling station in upper atmosphere that will refuel them once they're up there. And then it's just a boom, 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 back and forth, back and forth. Dude, I think we're going to be alive to see someone on Mars.
Oh,
Because of Elon Musk.
Doing work on Mars.
Well, NASA just hired. Apparently, they recruited.
Yep.
They're recruiting now people for that expedition.
Yep.
Yeah.
He talks about it, bro. He's like, the pitch isn't great. You might die.
Yeah.
Like, he talks real talk about it. It's cool, man. It's exciting stuff.
What kind of people would you send age-wise? Older folks or younger folks, or in between? Like, what's the
Apparently
It just has to
criteria?
be ambitious, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think the age matters. I think you have to be intelligent. You have to be like astronaut level, special forces, even maybe. I don't know. You have to have
They're not
elite group of people.
But you would have to send like women too. Like guys are not gonna just want to.
There is a woman. There's a young woman that actually is one of the recruits. I remember reading an article.
Oh, I did just see that recently, I think. Really young, actually.
Yeah.
Right? Like 20s.
She's very bright. She's like,
yeah, man.
Okay,
Great
without
time
being
to be alive.
nasty about it, is she a looker?
good call. But that's not what I look at, right, man? I look at the
I mean, I'm just being realistic, and I understand.
Bro, we're talking
why.
about the future of humanity.
Yeah, but then the thing is like men are going to be interested in that. And
I gotta travel with this person for 4 months to Mars, and just the two of us staring at each other.
I was out of line for asking that one. I know. Only way to fix the sequel trilogy is throw it in a black hole and let another galaxy far, far away deal with it. Now, listen, man, we could perfectly explain why Luke Skywalker did the thing that he did, which was pull up on Ben. Maybe because he needed to spark a fire under Ben to make him go that direction. Because if he hadn't, Ben was gonna be found out or something. I don't know, but there was definitely a goal that Luke had. Luke is not a criminal. Luke is not a psychotic man. Luke Skywalker is a Jedi. And he did what he had to do for ulterior purposes, which will be fleshed out in like when Dave Filoni when Kathleen Kennedy's no longer there, and it's Filoni and got George Lucas on the phone. Yo, what do I do to fix this? We're gonna get that. What's up, Big Bro? What's up, Tony? You were gonna say, Scott?
I was gonna say, have you seen Darth Chaco's? He did a TikTok about everyone saying how Luke tried to kill Ben Solo. He's like, no, he actually really didn't. Like he lights the lightsaber near him, whatever, and he doesn't swing until Ben swings and he defends him, and then he immediately goes to the cut of Luke swinging on Vader like over and over again. Like he tried to kill him. Actually, he didn't try to kill Ben Solo. So
if I was with Darth Chaco right now, I tell him exactly why that logic, because I've heard that one before of no, look, Luke acted this way against Vader. I feel like the fact that on a cloudy Sunday night, Luke Skywalker goes, you know what I'm going to do? Bring my lightsaber and kill my little nephew. He takes the lightsaber. That's one. Then he's walking. You don't think on the way of walking towards killing, his nephew, he's not going to have a second thought and think properly? The premeditation part is what separates it from I'm in the heat of the moment. I'm in battle and dude just threatened to kill my sister. Like that's way different than the premeditation of it. Future of humanity and Chillmonger asks if she's a looker.
That's not gonna go away anytime soon.
I'm just being real. I'm just being realistic. The 33rd question of 33 burning Star Wars questions is: what does the High Republic need to be considered a success? Told you this question was coming up. Look, they need a TV series to be a hit. So the Acolyte is taking place during that period, correct, Hawks?
The what's taking place during it?
The Acolyte, that TV series.
The Acolyte is going to be towards the end. They say towards the very end of the High Republic is when that's going to take place.
They've got to finish off the High Republic series, era with a bang. And if that thing is like loved and even we're clamoring for a season 2 of Acolyte, then yes, then I could say the High Republic succeeded. If the books sell well, which they did, the first issue of the High Republic, because that first appearances and whatnot, that sold extremely well, hundreds of thousands. And it's fantastic if a comic book sells 100,000, but it was way more. I think it was 700. I'm making that up. I don't remember. It wasn't a million though. But anyways, that was an extremely high selling comic. That was great. That was a success. But I wouldn't say the High Republic era would be a success unless that Acolyte TV series is like loved, if merchandise moves because of it, if subscriptions are up, which was the measure. We can't really measure Disney Plus subscriptions, so we can't really say that, but it would be a success if the show was good, like very good.
I have here High Republic #1 sold for over 200,000 issues to comic book shops.
Thank you. That is nuts. Comics don't do that. Issue #1 of a comic might, but then yes, that's what Star Wars did.
I think I don't think that I don't think a TV show is gonna be the thing that makes High Republic successful. I think it will eventually need a trilogy of movies, and I'm a believer that they should fast track this because we have Frank Oz still, and Yoda is the one character that the High Republic will feature that is familiar to everybody. And my biggest questions about it, and I think what is going to be the crux of whether or not it's accepted or not, is it's going to end and then we're going to be stuck with the Sith in hiding. So like, is there even a dark side presence that's going to come up towards the end of the High Republic? Or are we still going to be dealing with the Nile, this pirate type of enemy? Because Maul says we've been in hiding, now we'll have our revenge. All of that stuff needs to kind of butt right up next to each other, and that passing of the torch, I feel like, is going to make or break whether people accept the High Republic or not. I hope the stories, man, I'm telling you, you guys got to get into this stuff. Try comics at least.
Well, I don't even read comics. I read comics, but still
go on YouTube and watch the comic reviews of the people who are fans of the stuff. You know what I mean?
Do I go to Darth Choco for that?
You could, yeah. I believe Star Wars Explained is very objective in a lot of his breakdowns too. So if you want to know story, like, he's OG when it comes to that stuff. But a lot, like, seriously, there are channels out there that have audio dramas of the first 1 to 2, maybe 3 episodes of the comics, and you can tell they were just being shredded. Stop doing them altogether.
Yeah, that sucks. And that was around the time the dislike button was still there when the High Republic came out. You know, that was the reason why, right? Because Kathleen Kennedy got rid of the dislike button. No, I'm playing with you.
Listen, YouTube, you gotta help me out.
Dude, every time Christina Ariel was on a Star Wars video, dislike. I didn't even think what she said was that bad. I did a video on it at the time.
One of my live streams, I was just gonna say real quick, I was almost gonna do a skit when the Inquisitor stuff was happening. I was gonna call Amazon and be like, "Hey, do you guys have any of that God of War footage, like a teaser? Maybe you could put like a full head of hair on him or something crazy. Like, the Inquisitor is getting butchered out here. You got anything you could give me?"
Yo, if you guys like prank phone calls and shit, if you like Thrawn, this guy here, Aggressively Relaxing, is the place to go to. He has a YouTube channel, and just
you prank calls with Thrawn.
When telemarketers call him, he just turns on his Thrawn voice and he goes after.
Amazing.
Rogue Comics, Mike is in the building. Hello there, Mike.
What's up, Chillmonger?
I'm
Mike.
doing awesome. I am going to ask you every single question. Can an Ewok mate with a Jawa?
Yes.
What was Carrie Fisher's reaction when she learned about her family and that she really kissed her brother?
Oh, I would love to have seen her reaction, because it would have been something ridiculous and it would have been great.
Is Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine, the greatest movie villain of all time?
No, that would be Kathleen Kennedy.
Fuck, I didn't think of that.
Is Rebel Scum a good insult, or would you be like, yeah, I'm a Rebel Scum?
Actually, I think in the beginning, in the first Star Wars movie, it was, but after that, they probably decided to own it and flip it around and sell it at Hot Topic.
Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him?
Oh, definitely the fool.
Yeah, you're the only one who said that. What is your first thought when you hear Wedge Antilles?
He got screwed out of a Solo movie.
Was Willrow Hood transporting Beskar?
No.
Would a cooked mon calamari be tasty?
Oh,
Please say
absolutely.
yes. Oh yeah. Saltwater. Ooh. Does Obi-Wan chat with Ahsoka? So this is during the period after the prequels.
Yes.
I think that it can happen. Are you
Why?
interested? Because it would like make me question. Okay, during the original trilogy, he's talking to Yoda about there being another hope. What does he mean?
Mhm.
That kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, but they're gonna, they were retroactively adding Ahsoka to the franchise, so I agree if it was the original trilogy only, but and since it's Ahsoka, I don't really mind it too much, but yeah,
Are you interested in a Tarkin child?
only if they get Peter Cushing's face to be CGI'd on it. Yes.
You don't mean that. Why did Anakin say it's working twice?
And what was that?
It was Phantom Menace. I'll skip that one. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a movie in between episode 1 and 2 or an additional movie in between episodes 2 and 3? Your favorites, the prequels.
If it got rid of episode 2 and that was the actual episode 2, then in between 2 and 3.
How much distance between Jango's head and his body after Mace Windu sliced it?
It rolled for quite a bit there.
Yeah, you got to include the rolls. That's right.
Yeah. There was a lot. I'd say about 3 meters, 4 meters, 5 meters, something like that.
4 meters? What is better than the Duel of the Fates theme? We were just keeping it Star Wars, so keep it Star Wars.
The asteroid chase, the binary sunset, the Princess Leia's theme, Yoda's theme.
Okay. Now then we opened it to other movies, and would you put like Raiders of the Lost Ark better than this?
Oh yeah. The Raiders theme. Yeah, I remember trying to hum it before I tried to remember what it was because you didn't have YouTube and all that back then, and trying to hum it. So I would good.
Was Obi-Wan the father of? Well,
No.
skip that one. Which beast was the toughest in Attack of the Clones? There was 3. There was the furry cat. There was the mantis. There was the one with the horn. Excuse me.
They were all abysmal and should be stricken from.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm asking the prequel questions because I know how you feel. Original trilogy was over. This is now the sequel trilogy. Has Rey ever had a boyfriend, a cute boyfriend?
No, she's too busy walking around the desert.
How is a holocron different from a wayfinder?
Holocron, isn't that like a holographic
No, it's a triangle thing, the pyramid.
That's a holocron?
Maul had one in Rebels.
Oh, I haven't seen Rebels.
Because if he watches one episode of Rebels, he'll have to watch them all. So
yeah, and then there's the whole there's people knocking on the door. Yes, Han was alive.
Han was alive?
Yes.
Who's the bigger sequel lover on YouTube? Who do you watch for that sequel goodness?
I don't think I know anybody.
That's what Vasco said. All right. When does Poe collect BB-8 from Tatooine? At the end of the movie, he's just there with BB-8, and that's Poe's droid.
That's true. Jesus Christ, I haven't seen. I don't remember. I don't know.
26. What did the Sand People think of Rey Palpatine living on Tatooine? She was not welcome.
Yeah. Nobody likes her. She walks around bearing lightsabers, dude. Come on.
The next question here: if Kathleen Kennedy is going on stage at Star Wars Celebration, which actor is she going to bring with to ensure cheers? Sequel trilogy actor. You can't say Mark Hamill.
Well, she should have Boyega, because I think he would be the most frank about things. But she would probably get Oscar Isaac because he seems the most polite.
PC.
Yeah, but PC, but with underlying snark.
Okay. Are there sequel era characters better than Mara Jade?
Yes, or Singh.
What was the best kiss in the sequel trilogy?
Luke and Leia.
Damn, who thinks of that? You guys are so good. Who is the face of the sequels after Rey? Poe?
Han, Luke, and Leia.
Oh my god. And then which helmet looks the safest, we asked?
Darth Vader's.
How far away is far, far away?
So far away that we can't get to it.
And the 33rd, What does the High Republic need to be considered a success? You sell comic books at your comic book shop. We love comic books here on Chillmonger. It's a fine and dandy product to be, we fully endorse it. And Hawks Holocrons, his answer was that if you watch Star Wars Explained, you'll see that's actually like interesting stuff that happens in Star Wars High Republic. But what needs to happen for it to be a success, Mike?
I think they need a show.
That's what I said.
The Star Wars comics, they've been selling out because it's been a combination of putting characters from the Mandalorian on the covers. There's been this like 50th anniversary Lucasfilm variant, and they just had what's his face, the black dude,
Rodney Barnes,
the Dark Saber,
Esposito.
Mandalorian, yeah, Giancarlo Esposito. He was on one of the covers, and that was this week, and that apparently skyrocketed because of it.
Oh, because it's the first appearance in a comic book
yes.
of
just on the cover. Yeah, he's not on the interior, but that's what they need to do. I also heard that they're going to be doing a series that's set before the High Republic.
No, at the ending of the High Republic. That's what the Acolytes is. Leslie Headland is writing that show.
Yeah, you might be thinking about the Old Republic series that they were talking about.
Oh.
I think eventually we'll get all
the
that,
Old Republic. Yeah, they were talking about the Old Republic.
They're gonna start using that.
They were thinking of it. They were supposed to be. They were supposed to have a trilogy movie they had the guys from the Game of Thrones that were supposed to do it, but then they
not
to do it.
Hear all that.
And now they're thinking about bringing that back with other people.
Hey, they own it. I mean, why not? It's foolish not to utilize the IP.
Exactly, because the video game Knights of the Old Republic did super well. The second one did super well. Their online game storyline is amazingly well developed. So they have so much material they can touch with that. So they're really looking into getting away from Yoda and all the characters we know and start something new from the Old Republic. So I know that.
Would you trust them?
Ooh, trust Disney with Star Wars. One can only hope.
That's true.
That's the only
High
thing.
Republic is set in the past to create future big bads. Then in season 5 of Mandalorian, some old dude can say, 1,000 years ago, this planet monster parents didn't mind seeing chopped up was a dick. Didn't mind. Yeah, I can see that. I can see if they like prep you up with things that happen in the High Republic era, and like, oh no, we've awakened to this thing, and then people would be like, oh, what is this thing? You got to read High Republic to find out. I could see that working together. That's the sort of synchronicity I need in my Star Wars.
But why don't they hire people that actually are fans to do things like keep the timeline straight and stuff like that? And
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
There's so much.
What's a crazy little Easter egg that I saw from the Eclipse trailer and Fallen Order video games? The guys that they show with the drums, they have this earring that hangs right here.
Yeah.
And it's like thicker at the top and it's a point down towards the bottom. If you go and look up Zepho aliens from the High Republic, they have the exact same earrings. They're golden though.
Okay, so did they copy the Eclipse trailer, or did the Eclipse people reference the High Republic stuff first?
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that these are two similar ancient type of Force users that we just don't know about. Like the Zepho are the ones that are, like the ancient gods of the Force or whatever they were trying to say in the game.
Yeah, right. Nice.
I think it's funny too that their heads are triangular shaped, and if you remember that Tor Valum concept art, his head is triangular shaped. From the
Phineas
Colin Trevorrow script. Yeah. I think that's what they need to do, though, is introduce ancient evils, things we don't know about. Even in like a future sequel trilogy, they've just done a dyad, hasn't been around for centuries. That has to have a ripple effect, I think, on the other end.
Maybe. Well, apparently the one of the High Republic 15 was the final issue, at least of the first volume or whatever. But apparently one of the reasons that it sold so much, or the demand, was because it's the first full appearance of a leveler. I don't exactly know what a leveler is,
but it's the first appearance. You're not supposed to know it. It's the first time you've seen it.
I'm not sure what that even is either.
But the first issue of High Republic was a big seller at your store, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You're out.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And there
Did
was
you-
also, I mean, there were a bunch of variants too.
Well, you sold out, so you could have gotten more, right?
Yeah. Well, that's how it always works. They don't. The demand isn't there until the day it comes out. This is the way they've conditioned comic book readers to be.
Hold
There's
on a
never-
minute. You know that the Mandalorian issue 1, which is due in 2 weeks now, 2 months,
Mhm.
that comic is gonna sell out. Like you bought a lot of them, right? You ordered a lot, didn't you?
No, I haven't had to order it yet. It wasn't on the initial order.
It's on the
It's this coming, like it's the month that's coming up.
on the 18th. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw it when I was at the shop. I saw it. So yeah, it's coming up. You're right. Never
Mhm.
mind. But yeah,
Mike,
get a lot.
Mike,
get
you're
more.
based where?
Hmm?
You're based where?
In
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's the stream, guys. 2 hours and 20 minutes into it. I was wondering if K-Dot could make it back. He could not. Read this last comment here. Issue 20 with Luke on the fungus planet talking to High Republic characters was great. Oh yeah, see there. Who writes that? Charles Soule. He's in the High Republic, camp also. So
Love
I
Charles
can see
Soule.
why.
Well,
That's
they
what it's
also
about.
they finally decided to stop doing stories that were set in between Star Wars and Empire and do ones that were set between Empire and Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
So that helped too.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining. Basco Scenario has a channel. Go check him out. I check him out. He talks Canadian politics and good stuff. We
Sometimes.
got Hawks Holocrons, Star Wars guy, video game streamer as well. And if you like watching group kind of council things like this, he's on the Boomer Council as well. That'd be on X-Wing's channel, yeah?
X-Wings, yep. And on my homepage, I got all these channel references too, so you can find me on them.
And then we got Michael from Rogue Comics. He's a regular. You know where to find him. And Mike, you want to say anything?
No, thanks for having me.
man.
I'm
Thanks.
sorry I was late. It was busy today.
It's all good, bro. I'm glad that you